Good morning and welcome into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb, who's tagging along with us today here on the BSSN. Mississippi State and number 15 Vanderbilt on tap for you at the Humphrey Coliseum. Vanderbilt coming in 16-3 and 3-3 in the Southeastern Conference, and at number 15 in the AP poll. Meanwhile, Mississippi State coming in at 10-9 and 2-4 in the SEC. Both teams on losing streaks as we speak here. Mississippi State on a 4-game losing streak in conference play, and the the Commodores of Vanderbilt on a 3-game losing streak in conference play. Looking at the series history, Vanderbilt leads all-time 81 wins to 55, but State has had the advantage in the last 10, winning 7 of the last 10 in this matchup. Mississippi State leads the all-time series here in Starkville 37-24, and the Bulldogs haven't lost since February of 2021. And under Coach Chris Jans, Mississippi State is 2-1 versus Vanderbilt, with a lone loss coming in his first season in 2023. The Bulldogs lost in Nashville. First off, looking at Vanderbilt, Commodores looking to match their third best start in program history in this one. Again, 16-3, 3-3 in conference play at number 15 in the country. They have lost 3 straight, as I mentioned. They lost on the road to Texas 80-64, to ranked Florida at home 98-94, and at Arkansas most recently 93-68 after starting 3-0 in conference play, defeating South Carolina, Alabama, and LSU. Offensively, Vanderbilt offensively have struggled in their 2 road losses, scoring 64, Connor, at Texas and 68 at Arkansas. Have only shot 42% from the field in all 3 of those losses, compared to 50% in their wins this season. They've struggled as they've kind of hit the meat of conference play. It's a team that's been good, at least to start the season. I mean, started 16-0, but have fell in the last 3, and their offense has kind of taken a plunder in those last 3 as well. But overall this season, they've had a pretty good offense in general.
No, they're pretty great from behind the arc. I mean, they're shooting 36.5% from behind the three-point line. That's 3rd in the conference and 51st in the nation. I mean, you look at it in State, we go back to that Ole Miss game that we called, Ty, and we understood that Ole Miss was a great three-point shooting team, but what happened that game? State was able to prevail. I use that term loosely. You know, we didn't win that game. We lost by 1 point, but they were able to do some work against Ole Miss from behind that arc in terms of defense. They were not allowing Ole Miss, they made 1 3-pointer that game, I believe, Ty, so you got to do the same against Vanderbilt right here.
Yeah, got to limit their three-pointers. It's something they excel at this season. We'll talk about that and a little bit more after the national anthem here at the Humphrey Coliseum. Thank you for tuning in this morning and listening to us here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Again, I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping.
Hey, yeah, B-I-O.
And everybody having a ball.
Hey, B-I-O.
Until the fellas started name calling.
B-I-O.
And the girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the young people had a ball cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. Gonna tell myself I man no get angry.
Hey, yeah, B-I-O.
280 cows calling them K9. Hey,
B-I-O.
but they tell me, hey man, it's part of the party.
B-I-O.
You put a woman in front and a man behind. I hear a woman shout out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it. Who
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network post-game show. Again, I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb here for the BSSN as we are on the scene and braving the elements outdoors. Is a little cold on this Saturday morning here in Starkville, Mississippi. Prayers to everybody in the great state of Mississippi as well as across the southeast and really across the country as this winter storm travels through the United States. But, yeah, we're braving the elements here at the Hump. Made the drive over and here to broadcast this one and excited to broadcast this one for you on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Again, it's Mississippi State and number 15 Vanderbilt. Left off talking about Vanderbilt and their offense. They have struggled in their past 3 losses. They've lost 3 straight in SEC play to Texas, Florida, and Arkansas. But overall in the season, as we mentioned, a great overall field goal percentage of about 49%. That's 29th in the country and 4th in the Southeastern Conference. And a three-point percentage is solid as well. 36.5% at 31st in the nation and 3rd in the SEC. This is a team that really shares the basketball as well. When you look at it, Connor, 17.8 assists a ball game. That's 24th in the NCAA and 3rd in all of the SEC. Assist-to-turnover ratio is fantastic as well at 1.84. That's 10th in the nation, 1st in the SEC, and they don't turn the ball over very much. They do it not very much at all. I mean, only 9.7, so a little bit under 10 turnovers a ball game on the season. That's 18th in the country, 1st in the SEC. Something they're really not a threat in that State maybe can take advantage of in terms of grabbing defensive boards off the glass. They're not really a threat in offensive rebound, only grabbing about 10.5 a game. Connor, that's 244th and 15th in the SEC.
They're not that much of a threat in rebounds whatsoever, Ty.
In general, just not the greatest, and we'll get to it on the defensive side as well. But I mean, offensively, not much of a threat in that. But it's a team they're going to be hard to stop because if they get hot, they shoot the ball really, really well. And what State's lacked this year defensively has been able to force turnovers, and Vandy doesn't create They don't have a lot of very many turnovers in the ball game. I mean, in the Arkansas game, they turned it over a lot. But, I mean, on the season, though, they're just not turning the basketball over very much. And a team that, really shares the rock around. You don't know who's going to score from time to time. I mean, they've got, star players like Tyler Nickel and Tyler Tanner. They got a lot of Tylers on this team. They have 3 on the roster. But, a lot of stars on this team. But they do share the rock around, so it'll be something interesting to watch. Let's move to defense, Connor. I mean, in their 3 losses, right, have allowed 80-plus points in all 3 of those, back to back to back. 8, just to be exact, 80 to Texas, 98 to Florida, and 93 to Arkansas. And opponents shot well in those ball games. Arkansas shot 58% from the field, made 9 threes. Florida shot 52% and made 9 threes. And Texas shot 53%. And made 7 threes. In total this season, just even looking at it, Connor, the scoring defense in total just hasn't been that solid, allowing about 75 points per game. That's 212th in the nation and 8th in the Southeastern Conference.
Yes, this is a Vanderbilt team that I want to point out that does not have much weakness whatsoever, Ty. I mean, we talk about the rebounds, but they're still almost towards the top of the half in the conference in that. That's 13th rebounds per game, 10th in opponents' rebounds per game, and then 11th in the rebound margin. But this is a team, like I said, that does not have a lot of weakness. They're 3rd in the conference, 23rd in the nation in their turnover margin. They're winning that turnover battle 3.7. They're having 3.7 less turnovers a game over their opponents. Their opponents' turnovers, they're forcing 13.4. That's 3rd in the conference, and then they're a very disciplined team. 1st in the conference, Ty, in turnovers per game. That's 9.7. We talked about it. Mississippi State has a little bit of trouble sometimes with their turnovers per game. It's something that is higher on their statistical categories when they're sitting at 15th and 16th for a lot of stats in the conference. Turnovers per game, they're only 10th in the conference, 11.2. But I want to look at a different stat for Vandy. Opponent 3-point percentage, 2nd in the conference, 26th in the nation. This is a really good team offensively, a really good team defensively. They're a really good team all around, Ty.
Yeah, solid basketball team. You talk about that 3-point defense. Connor, that's going to give State fits anyway, because Mississippi State this season just has not been that good of a three-point shooting team, as even with guys like Josh Hubbard and Jay Nips on the floor. They just have struggled this season in being able to shoot three-pointers in bulk. Looking at the turnovers, you mentioned that as well, about 13 turnovers a game for this Vanderbilt defense. But 9 of those are steals, so averaging about 9 steals a game. So it's not more so teams just being careless. They're forcing those turnovers. They're getting in there and generating those turnovers. So doing a good job defensively. Have struggled in terms of how many points they've allowed. So that's going to be I guess a tall tale today, is seeing how State can score the basketball, because we've struggled to score quite frankly over the last couple. I'll handle this Arkansas game. I know it didn't see it too much, so I'll handle this Arkansas game and what happened for Vanderbilt. Arkansas was in control for this whole game, though. I mean, you could probably tell from just hearing the stats of this ball game, Connor. The Hogs won 93-68 over the Commodores. Razorbacks shot 58% from the field, made 9 threes, and Arkansas, like I said, controlled it from the opening tip. It really controlled the game at all times. They led by as many as 20 in that first half. Vandy started the game at 3 of 18 from the field. 3 of 18 from the field, just couldn't get it going. And after that, didn't get cold as cold as they got it to begin the ball game. Weren't as cold as that, but it was a tough deficit to overcome, because Arkansas was shooting so well in the ball game. They shot so well in the first half at 55%, but Connor, they shot better in the second half at 61%. So Arkansas did a great job of shooting the basketball. Vandy could not stop them, and also there were a lot of second half turnovers for Vanderbilt in that ball game that Arkansas capitalized on. A lot of points off turnovers in the ball game for the Razorbacks, and they defeated Vanderbilt, handing them their 3rd straight loss. So it's a Vanderbilt team that started 16-0, one of the best starts in program history. Since then, have dropped 3 straight, and it's been tough for them as they've gotten into the meat of SEC play. Losing on the road to Texas, a team that Mississippi State beat. So that's an interesting dynamic to look at. Lost at home to Florida. I can't really fault them that much. You like to take advantage of the home court advantage there. But Florida's a tough team to beat. They rebound the ball so well, and Vandy maybe just really doesn't do that. And then go on the road to Arkansas. Arkansas has been hot this year. Head coach Cal over there. Bud Walton Arena is a tough place to play. So, you got anything left?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You have to see who they're coached by. They're coached by a veteran coach, one of the best coaches in college basketball for the past, several decades, right, Ty? This is a guy that's been seasoned, if you will. But if you look at that Arkansas game, Arkansas was very good at identifying Vanderbilt's weakness. So what is Vanderbilt's weakness? How is Mississippi State going to win this basketball game today? They don't have many weaknesses here, but one thing that I would like to note, I said it earlier, their rebounds. You have to out-rebound. You have to win this rebound battle to give second chance points, to give the ball back to your offense. You have to have as many opportunities as you can. This is a good Vanderbilt team. They will show you how good they are, and they will make every single opportunity like it's their first. Another thing, you got to draw fouls. Vanderbilt, they're committing 19.5 fouls per game. That's 13th in the conference, 307th in the entire nation. You got to draw some fouls, Ty, because if you can get at that free throw behind that charity stripe, and then you got to learn from that. Hey, we lost by 1 against Ole Miss. We shot 23 from behind the charity stripe, only made 14. You got to make your free throws. If you are behind that line, you got to make your free throws, because that might be the only way you can beat Vanderbilt today.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. Team that fouls a lot. It failed to mention their head coach for Vanderbilt, Mark Byington, in his 13th season overall, .638 win percentage, but 36-16 in his second season at Vanderbilt, 11-13 in the SEC. He lost to Mississippi State last year in his first season in Nashville. They went 20-13, 8-10 on the SEC. Had ranked wins over Missouri, A&M, Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Tennessee. The Kentucky and Tennessee games were 2 top 10 wins. They went to the NCAA tournament, lost in the round of 64 to St. Mary's by 3. Before Vandy, he was at James Madison, had an 82-36 record there, went to the round of 32 in 2023-2024. Also was a head coach previously at Georgia Southern, and spent some time as an assistant around that area as well, I guess in the Atlantic coast of Virginia Tech, Charleston, and Virginia as a head coach, or as an assistant coach. Also on staff of this Vanderbilt team, interestingly enough, assistant coach Rick Ray, who was a head coach here in the mid-2000s between Rick Stansberry and Ben Howland. State wasn't so good then, but he joins the Vanderbilt staff as an assistant coach. So now we'll look at Mississippi State. 10-9, 2-4 in the SEC. Bulldogs have lost 4 straight to Kentucky, Alabama, Ole Miss, and A&M. Held double-digit first-half leads in all of those but the A&M game, and found a way to lose the Kentucky, Bama, and Ole Miss game. A&M game we'll talk about in a second. Just couldn't really pull away from A&M in the first half, and A&M got all over us at the end of that game, or at the end of the first half, and then on into the second half. Offensively, don't think we particularly shot it well and played well offensively in SEC play, at least for a full 40 minutes. I mean, we started that Bama and Kentucky and Ole Miss game out so well, and then failed to reciprocate that. 3 games this in conference play with under 70 points scored. Last 2 games we scored under 70. Shooting 42% from the field in SEC play. Have struggled from 3 and have struggled there all year. A lot of turnovers, which you mentioned. Have really lacked some big man play inside. We'll see who steps up tonight. You got Jamarian Davis-Fleming, who's going to start again for State tonight. Free throw percentage has struggled. You look at defense, you've allowed 80-plus points per game in SEC play. It's been a struggle in SEC play so far for State. The first 2 games, you won in overtime to Texas and then lost to Oklahoma, or beat Oklahoma here at the Hump. That felt good, and then you lost 4 straight. You're on a slide. How do you stop that slide? You mentioned a couple of things. What can State themselves? Maybe just look at the roster. What can the Bulldogs focus on today?
One thing I'm going to say, Ty, and point out real quick is your scoring margin right now compared to Vanderbilt's is astronomical. Vanderbilt, 15.3 scoring margin. That's in the positive for this season. State, positive 0.8. You are allowing 78 points per game, but you're only scoring 78.8 points per game. You have to figure out how to play some defense here and play some offense as well. I feel like watching Mississippi State these past couple of seasons, we work on something every year. We say, last year, for example, we had to work on rebounds. This year, rebounds have been worked on, but other things have suffered. And with that, that's defense. Your defense has suffered. Behind the free throw line, that has been suffering. You can't allow other things that you were good at in past seasons to suffer in the season coming up. So what State has to do today, I talked about the free throws. I talked about limiting Vanderbilt from behind the arc, because they're going to shoot, like I said, 36.5% from the arc, but also they're almost 50% from the field, Ty. You have to figure out how to play some defense. I mean, the name of the game, right, is defense wins championships. You can say that in pretty much any sport that you play. It sounds a little cliche to say, but you got to play some defense. You have to. You're home right now. You got to make your shots. We cannot allow another Ole Miss. We cannot allow another A&M game. Keep getting your rebounds that you're so good at. Get that rebound margin. You are second in the entire conference at committing fouls. That's a really good stat, Ty. That's a really good stat. But with that, it means like your defense suffers a little bit. You're not as frisky as you used to be as a team. So I just want to see a little bit more friskiness from Mississippi State and a little bit more shots being made on the field.
Hone in on not fouling so much. I think that's a big point. Got to find somebody to go to work inside the paint today, whether that be Jamarian Davis-Fleming, whether that be Chore who's drawing the start today, maybe Quincy Ballard off the bench. Somebody's got to hone in and go to work inside. Then you got to have your guys shoot outside, your guards. Jaden Epps is not starting today, but Jabari McGee draws the start, and Sean Jones does. Josh Hubbard. Got to have Hubbard get hot because he struggled as of late. Look at that A&M game really quickly. Lost to A&M 88-68. He was close early, and State actually held a lead for 5 minutes in the first half. Was tied at 21 at the 9:45 mark in the first half, but never was tied again. A&M went on a 23-12 run in the half to go up by 11, and then they just rolled in the second half. State actually shot better than A&M, 2% better, but A&M made us pay and turn the basketball over. Had 13 turnovers. State did. A&M scored 14 points off of those turnovers, and A&M conversely only turned the ball over 3 times. A&M did a good job too of getting to the free throw line in that ball game, and they went 23 of 24. Only missed 1 free throw. Hubbard and Epps struggled from the field mainly in the first half, but struggled overall. Wildly enough, Brandon Walker and King Grace were your leading scorers.
That's what I was about to say.
Brandon Walker with 16, King Grace with 13. So we'll see if they'll come in and play some ball today. That'll be really interesting to see. But we're just about set for tip-off here. Going to give the starting lineups. I'll start with Vanderbilt, and can you give me Mississippi State's? I'll start with Vanderbilt real quick. If you can do Mississippi State,
I got
Connor.
you.
So starting at guard, going to be Duke Miles for Vanderbilt, 16.6 points per game on the season. That's second on the squad, also 4 assists per game. Then Tyler Tanner, talked about him a little bit earlier, has started and played every game, 17 points a game and 5.3 assists per game. Then Tyler Nickel, going to be a big-time three-point shooter, 14.8 points per game. A.K. Okereke, also going to be at forward as well. And then down low at forward center spot, Devin McLaughlin in his second year at Vanderbilt.
Well, Epps isn't starting today, like you said. It's going to be Jabari McGee at your number 1. He's averaging 8.7 points per game. And then you get to your 2, that's Sean Jones Jr., the defensive guy, 5.4 points per game, 4.5 points per game. Josh Hubbard, 21.7 points per game. He's playing the 3. Marion Davis Fleming at the 4. And then Achor at the 5 as we prepare for tip-off.
So just about set for tip-off here at the Humphrey Coliseum. State in all white maroon trim. Vanderbilt in all black with their gold trim, and Vanderbilt across the front. State wins the tip, and they'll move from left to right here at the Humphrey Coliseum. Good lower bowl crowd. Upper bowl not as full. Some of the fans here also braving the elements, hopefully to see their Bulldogs find a win, and top 25 win at that. Hubbard with it, free throw line, moving off of the picking up the dribble now to McGee. Now top of the key, JDF. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Handoff at Chor left wing. Good defensive possession from Vandy so far. 4 on the shot clock. McGee with the floater just left of the goal and inside the lane, no good. Achor trying to put it back. Ball tipped around, and a shot clock violation on Mississippi State to start the ball game.
I feel like a couple of hands or wrists or arms were slapped on a couple of those shots that were attempted by Jamarian Davis Lewin. I don't know if I potentially agree with that shot clock violation.
Vandy will bring it down the floor after the turnover for State. Top of the key now, it's Nickel. Nickel a handoff. Tyler Tanner, the leading points per game scorer on this team. Now down the lane, Okereke. Going to work on Achor inside the lane. Fadeaway J is good, and Vandy starts the scoring. Hubbard with it along the left side of the floor, moving right side now towards the right side wing. Stops his dribble over to Achor left of the circle. Now handoff Sean Jones Jr., and he pretty much stays put there at the left side of the circle. 15 on the shot clock. JDF with it now, top of the key, looking to hand off. He'll hand off to McGee. McGee just right of the circle, looking down low to Davis Fleming. Davis Fleming kicks in the quarter. Sean Jones for 3 from the left side. Good. And if State can get Sean Jones Jr. hot today, that'd fare really well for him as State leads now 3-2. The scoreboard has 2. I think that was a 3, so hopefully they correct that. Vandy with it offensively now. Ball on the left wing. Nice backdoor pass to Tyler Tanner, who scores, and Vanderbilt has the lead back. Score 4-3 now. Hubbard with it, top of the key. Kick over to Achor, now to McGee. Left corner. Vandy on top here, 18-13 and counting to go in the first half. They actually counted that last shot from Sean Jones Jr. as a 2, so it's 4-2 the score. State still with it now. 7 on the shot clock. Jones Jr. Achor in the corner down the right side baseline. Goes up, reverse layup. Can't fall. Ball tipped off the backboard, rebounded by Vanderbilt. Here come the Commodores. It's Tanner. Moving left side, now top of the key, down low to an open Okereke. Shot no good, but ball tipped up in the air and somehow found its way into the net and through for a Vanderbilt score. So early on, Vanderbilt with the lead. Hadn't missed a shot yet from the field. 6-2 the score. McGee with it, top of the key, driving right side now near the elbow. Has the ball knocked away, but they're going to call a foul. I think that's going to go on Duke Miles, the graduate out of Montgomery, Alabama. So it'll be the first foul of the game. It's Vanderbilt's first. State still with one, or still yet to have a foul. Then the Bulldogs will have a baseline inbound.
They're definitely letting them play here tonight, Ty. But you got to shoot better from the field. You're 25% right now, 1 for 4. You got to shoot better on this possession.
Hubbard going to trigger in the baseline inbound from the right of the goal for us. All the way up top to Jones Jr. to the right wing. 17 on the shot clock. The State got a fresh 20, and Jones Jr. just throws it out of bounds. Was looking for Hubbard to come up from the left corner closer towards the left wing, and there's some miscommunication between the two, and it's 2 early turnovers for MSU. So State will bring it up the floor. Vanderbilt will. It's Tanner with the basketball, guarded by Josh Hubbard of MSU. Now over to Miles, deep left wing. Looking to get a screen. He'll move left side towards the block. Hop step into the lane. Kick out Tanner. Driving left side. SEC logo floater is good with the right hand. And Vanderbilt, early advantage here. They lead by 6, 8-2 at the Humphrey Coliseum. 17:07 and counting to go in the first half. Hubbard trying to drive down the lane. Stops ball. His pass deflected. And here comes Vanderbilt in transition. Down the floor, McLaughlin. Left-hand layup, no good, but a foul called on the floor, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Really a not ideal start for Mississippi State to start this one. 16:59, to go in the first half. Vanderbilt up 8-2 on a 6-0 run over the last minute and a half.
This is a team that could make both their free throws. They're third in the conference in them.
McLaughlin, at the line, nails the first. A senior, played at Vanderbilt last year, started in all 33 ball games, 10.3 points per game, and also about 8 rebounds a game. A couple of Bulldogs will check in and out. So now on the floor for MSU, it's Jaden Epps, Jabari McGee, Sergey Matsura, Sean Jones Jr., and Jamarian Davis-Fleming. So Josh Hubbard takes an early seat on the bench. Achor does as well. Both free throws good, and Vanderbilt still on a run of 8-0 now. It's 10-2 Commodores. State looking to inbound the basketball off a Vanderbilt press. They get it into Jones Jr., now to McGee, and he'll take it up the floor along the right side. Got to cross the half-court line, and McGee does, and then loses the basketball in the backcourt. A careless turnover for State and a transition layup for the Commodores. It's been just a rough start for MSU. They trail 12-2 now. And it seems like State's just kind of left their minds and their bodies in the locker room. Epps with it, right of the circle, kicking over to McGee now left wing. Pass down low, Matsura goes up with the right hand and scores. Good find down low, and McGee makes up for the turnover, but State loses a man in transition. It's McLaughlin who is open, but his layup no good. Matsura with a rebound long. Here comes Epps down the floor, moving right now into the lane out to McGee left wing. McGee trying to throw up to Epps, ball tipped up in the air and turned over again. Here comes Tanner in transition, layup for Vanderbilt. 5th turnover, and we're not even at the under 16 timeout in the ball game. First half, 16 minutes to play, and Vanderbilt leads 14-4. Epps with the basketball, left of the circle deep. Another turnover for State. No, they say it's going to go off of Vanderbilt, and luckily, because if Chris Jans hadn't lost it already, I know I have up here at the top in the media box. It's been just a, for lack of a better term, bad start for Mississippi State. 14-4, Vandy leads with 15:54 to go in the first half. State was 5 turnovers in those first 4 minutes and 6 seconds. And Vanderbilt has scored on every single turnover. 10 points off of turnovers for Vanderbilt, making up 10 of their 14 points in scoring.
For lack of a better term, it's been careless, Ty. You go out there and you say, look, we're playing a team like Vanderbilt. This is going to be a tough game. We knew this was going to be a tough game. Offensively, defensively, Vanderbilt does not have much weakness. We discussed that earlier. But that doesn't mean you have to come out here and make careless mistakes. That doesn't mean you have to come out here and figure out, oh, well, my adrenaline's running and everything, my energy, I can't calm down. You just got to calm down, take a deep breath. Jans, hopefully he's a little bit calm on there. I know those turnovers kind of would get you riled up as a head coach, but he's got to calm his players down. This is a Vanderbilt win at home would be very, very big for Mississippi State, especially coming off a 4-game losing streak. You need this game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is big, especially you're at a point where you got to win a lot of your games remaining to make it to the NCAA tournament. That's just how it is. You're kind of playing for your life right now. If you go to 10-10 and 2-5 in the conference, you're in a really tough spot. So, obviously it's in the minds of those guys in the huddle, it's little by little, right? You just win every single game, and they're not focused on the NCAA tournament right now. They're just focused on winning. Big picture, that's kind of the big deal. But just looking at it though, in just terms of playing basketball, you just got to play better. You come out, like I said, kind of left your head and your body in the locker room, and Vandy's made you pay for it. 5 first half turnovers so far in the first 4 minutes 6 seconds. And Vandy has scored on every single one, 10 points. Bulldogs have McGee with 2 and Sean Jones Jr. with 1, Josh Hubbard with 1, and Hubbard got pulled for it earlier for a turnover. And McGee got the start and has stayed in the game through 2 turnovers. Now I think he's going to check out, but it was an interesting decision to start McGee in this ball game, and he finds his way into the starting lineup and has turned the ball over twice.
And then you look at it and you're saying, man, if he pulled Hubbard out, then McGee goes up there and takes and commits 2 turnovers. Who you gonna take out now?
Yeah, you just gotta move it around the lineup, and that's why we talked about earlier. Maybe see some Brandon Walker soon, some King Grace. Played some good minutes against A&M. Those 2 were your leading scorers, so you could see them in this ball game as well. We'll just have to see how the course of the game goes. Both teams will break from the huddle here at the under 16 timeout. On the floor for State, it's Hubbard, Epps, Matsura, Jones Jr., and Jamarian Davis Fleming. As Vanderbilt has the basketball, I guess they ruled that as a turnover during the break, so Vandy has the ball. And a three-pointer for Tyler Nickel, and the score is 17-4 Commodores. So, again, just been a less than impressive start for Mississippi State. So now at 6 turnovers and 13 points off of those turnovers for Vanderbilt. Hubbard with a right side elbow J. No good, short off the front iron. Long rebound, though, grabbed by Epps. And State will reset. Epps going to work here on Tanner. Tanner guarding him, but Epps moving towards the right side elbow. Down low to Davis Fleming, and he is fouled down low. Thought they weren't going to blow the whistle, but they will. And Jamarian Davis Fleming will go to the line to shoot 2, and he has struggled at the free throw line this year, and at this point in the ball game, these free throws would be huge for Mississippi State. Anything is big here for State, on a 15-2 run, Vanderbilt is. So Davis Fleming will go to the line to shoot 2. Didn't score in the loss to Texas A&M, and he's yet to score here as he misses the first free throw. Coming into the game, a sub 30% free throw shooter. He'll take a dribble and try his second. Hits hard off back iron and misses, and both free throws no good. State still trails now by 13. 6 turnovers to start the game for Mississippi State. They've shot 33%. Vandy, meanwhile, shooting 88%. Tanner off the screen, picks up his dribble. Now over to Bing. Bing, the freshman, going to give back to Tanner, right side wing. Handoff again. Tanner will try a top of the key 3, up and good. 20-4 Vanderbilt. All Commodores. An 18-2 run for VU, and they lead 20-4. And an illegal screen called on Mississippi State. 7th turnover of the ball game for Mississippi State. They trailed 20-4, have turned the ball over 6 times in the last 4 minutes. It's been a rough start for MSU in this one.
I mean, I literally pointed out that the turnovers per game that you commit is one of your better stats on the season.
7 turnovers for State so far. We'll see if Vandy scores again off of the turnover. They've come out firing from the floor. Tanner down the lane, guarded by Matsura. His right-hand layup is good. 22-4 Vanderbilt. King Grace is in the game now for State. Epps going to throw down low to Quincy Ballard, who's in as well, and he is fouled down low. I think they're going to call that one on Bing, the freshman, and they do. So third team foul for the Commodores. Won't send State to the line just yet. Hubbard going to have a baseline inbound here. On the floor for State, it's Hubbard, Epps, Grace, Matsura, and Ballard. State trails 22-4. Have not scored in 2 minutes. Have turned the ball over 7 times. Now Vanderbilt has scored on every single turnover. 15 points off of those 7 turnovers. Inbound to Grace. Right side corner now up to Ballard. Right of the circle now over to Matsura. Matsura going to give Hubbard. Moving right side now to Epps. 17 on the shot clock, deep right wing. He's going to move right off the screen from Ballard. Stops his dribble. McLaughlin guarding him now, so a mismatch. And Epps will try a step-back 3, and it falls. So finally some offensive success there for State. They get a 3 and cut the lead down to 15. But Vandy trying to answer with a 3 in their own end. A quick 3 early on in the shot clock from Duke Miles is no good. State with a rebound. Epps with the basketball, moving left now towards the top of the key over to King Grace. He'll try a 3 from the left side wing. It's no good, and a rebound for Tyler Tanner, Vanderbilt. Down the floor, Duke Miles, right side wing. Epps guarding him, and McLaughlin will come out and set a screen. Moving left, right off the screen is Miles. Now to his left. Kick over to Okereke. Trying to go to work here on Epps in the high post. Now he'll kick into the corner, at least try to, and the ball stolen away by Hubbard of MSU. Hubbard down the floor, right side. A kick over to Epps. Epps, guarded by Okereke. Another mismatch. He tries to take him all the way to the rack and is stuck, and he'll kick out to Grace. Grace down the right side baseline, goes up with the right hand. Shot no good, just kind of ran out of room, and the ball's knocked out of bounds and deflected by Vanderbilt, so it'll be Mississippi State basketball.
Maybe that little step-back 3 was the rally Mississippi State needed. They got a turnover, and now they're looking okay.
Now, going to need a lot and going to have to go on a run here. You got to play great defense as you've gotten yourself on a hole. Vandy led by as many as 18, 22-4. The score now at 22-7. Kick to Epps in the corner off the inbound. 7 on the shot clock. Now Ballard. Ballard's going to have to go to work here with 5 on the shot clock. Can't really move too much. Gets himself on the right side block. Goes up with a hook shot, and it goes in. 22-9. Miles And Okereke will try a three from the top of the key. Shot no good off back iron. Matsura skying for the rebound and throws it over to Hubbard, and he'll take it down the floor. Hubbard, right side, going to cross over. Goes behind the back, and he's fouled hard on the floor. Lands hard on the floor as well, but he's okay, gets right up. A foul on the Commodores, their fourth of this first half. That could be big for Mississippi State if they could get to the line off of fouls alone, as they trail by 13 in this ballgame.
What did I tell you about the fouls? You gotta force them.
Epps grabs the inbound. He's got it deep right wing, 20 on the shot clock for State. And Epps was trying to throw it at least off the screen and was fouled on the throw attempt. So another foul for Vanderbilt, their fifth. Those fouls starting to rack up here and could be big again if State can get to the line and knock them down as they trail by 13. Trying to come back and make a run like Vanderbilt did.
Trying to keep us in the game.
Gray's going to inbound from the sideline, and Epps will grab it. Epps, top of the key, 15 on the shot clock, really on the E of the Mississippi State logo now. Moving right side, stops at the right wing, will take a three. Shot no good, and a rebound grab by Bing of Vanderbilt. Bing up the floor, deep left wing, now up top to McLaughlin. Hand off Miles. Miles, the free throw line, got Ballard jumping in the air and a left-hand scoop layup.
You're too big to be jumping like that. You are way bigger than that dude. Don't jump on that.
Scoop layup is good, 24-9. Hubbard, top of the key. Try a three here, and it's good. State can start hitting those threes, would be big in the momentum and getting back into this one. Bulldogs trail by 12 now, 24-12. Lead was once out at 18 at the 14.5-minute mark. Miles with the basketball, getting a screen, moving right off of McLaughlin. Will try a free throw line jump shot, and it rattles. Oh, man, almost rattled in off the front rim, but kicked off the left side of the goal. And so State with the basketball down 12. Could cut it to single digits here. Epps with it, crossing over, going inside the lane, right-handed, and he's fouled. And that'll send us to the under 12 timeout. And Epps will go to the line to shoot two free throws and try and make it a 10-point ball game.
You're 0 for 2 on free throws today. You have to make these right here to cut your lead, or just cut the Vanderbilt lead lower than it is, you know. A 10-point lead is still not great, but, you know, you didn't start off great like you usually do. Mississippi State, past 4 games you've watched them, they have been a team that has started out maybe the best of in the conference. I don't know if I'm putting too much of a standard on them, Ty, but
they start
off great every game.
They've started off great, at least the past. The A&M game, I mean, they were playing with them, but in the Ole Miss game and the Alabama game and the Kentucky game, held a double-digit lead in that first half. Now lost all 3 of those games, and also held a lead in the A&M game and lost, wasn't double digits, but have started out well. So they find themselves in a different spot than they have been right now, as they trailed by double digits. I mean, trailed 22-4 in the first half. So, they're starting to shoot it better now. 42% from the field and 50% from 3 at 2 of 4. Haven't turned the ball over since the lead was out to 18. So have taken care of the basketball a little bit better. It'll be a long road back, and you can't just bank on Vanderbilt missing shots. I mean, they're shooting 71% from the field now, and also 2 of 4 from 3. So you can't bank on Vanderbilt missing shots and turn the basketball over, because they simply just don't really do that. But it'll be a long road back. But if you do your job on offense, I think maybe you can start getting some stops on defense. Going to have a lot go your way, but there's a lot of basketball left to play, so I don't think necessarily State's out of it, but you cannot play the way you did to start this ballgame. I mean, that was a bad effort and got you down by 18.
We are winning the rebound battle, which is a good sign. 8 rebounds to Vanderbilt's 4. But those turnovers, Ty. Now, 7 turnovers to Vanderbilt's 1. They've scored 15 points off turnovers. I believe that's almost that might be well over double of what Ole Miss did. I think they scored 8, so almost double points off turnover in an entire game against Ole Miss here in the hump.
Well, just looking at turnovers alone, again, 15 points off of turnovers for Vanderbilt, and they've scored 24. So, I mean, everything's coming off of Mississippi State errors. And it's not to say that, Vandy's not doing anything. Obviously, they're creating some of those, and some of the turnovers for State have been careless. 3 have been steals for Vanderbilt, and 4 have been just bad passes from Mississippi State. But, looking at it, I think, turnovers have played a huge deal. I mean, Vanderbilt's been great off of them, but, State turning the basketball over in this ballgame has extremely hurt them and has allowed for a lot of points. 15 out of the 24 total points for Vanderbilt off of turnovers by Mississippi State. Epps at the line after the under 12 timeout, and he nails the first free throw. Epps this season, solid free throw shooter, 83%. Has struggled from the field in SEC play. Field goal percentage has dipped to 33%. And he can't quite make the second free throw, so the lead stays still at double digits. Would have stayed at double digits if he would have made that one, but it's at 11 instead of 10. Tanner with the basketball now to Miles, deep left wing. Miles with 4 points in the game. Tanner with a game-leading 11 points. He has the ball now, deep right wing, 10 on the shot clock. Now kick over to Nickel. A threat from 3. He'll try one, and the shot bounces over the goal and out of bounds. But actually, they're gonna call a foul on the floor before it bounced out of bounds, and they're going to call that on Achura. So Achura bails out Vanderbilt there as that shot missed, went over the goal. Would have been state basketball, but a foul on the rebound has Vanderbilt with a baseline inbound. Down low to Okereke, now into the corner to Tanner, and he knocks down the 3. I mean, Tanner's been hot. He hadn't missed, Connor.
His foot was on the line there, Ty. I know I'm not blind, but his foot was on the line there.
Looked close, but they're going to give it a 3 for now. 27-13 Vanderbilt. He's 6 of 6 from the 3 and 2 of 2 from, or 6 of 6 from the field and 2 of 2 from 3. 14 points in the game. Has been hot and is Vanderbilt's leading scorer, one of the best in the SEC as well. Epps with it right of the circle. Kind of open there at the three-point line, not taking a 3 yet. 10 on the shot clock, will drive left, kick out to Hubbard. Hubbard will try a left wing 3. It's going to rattle around the rim and then off the backboard and no good. Rebound Vanderbilt, and here come the Commodores. Miles down the floor, moving left side at the elbow now towards the block. Trying to throw down low. Okereke with it near the baseline. Going to have to kick out in the corner. Now they'll reset. 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Vanderbilt. Tanner off the screen, moving right. Kicks back to the top of the key. Okereke for 3. Up and no good. And Achura grabs the rebound. Epps up the right side of the floor. Right side wing. Crossing over Okereke, and it will keep it on the wing now. Looking for a backdoor cutter, and instead we'll find Epps flashing to the top of the key. Now he gives it to JDF. 15 on the shot clock for State. Ball popped up into the air, and a turnover for MSU. Vanderbilt creates the 8th turnover of the ball game for Mississippi State. Nickel in transition for 3, and it's good. 30-13. Vanderbilt on top of Mississippi State. Timeout Bulldogs. 6-0 run for the Commodores over the last minute and 19 seconds. State calls their first timeout. Bulldogs trail by 17, almost matching the largest lead of the game at 18, which was at 18 with 14:35 to play. Bulldogs trail by 17 with 9:55 to play in the first half.
It just seems like everything's falling apart for Mississippi State. I mean, we talked about winning the rebound battle. Now that rebound margin is at 2. 18 points off turnovers now for Vanderbilt. 8 turnovers on the game, which matches that when you played Ole Miss here at home. In the whole game, you had 8 turnovers against Ole Miss. You played fairly well against Ole Miss, all things considered, except from behind the arch, and then you work from behind the arch. And like I said, other things suffer when Mississippi State tends to work on things that they need to work on from previous games. You can't allow that to happen. I mean, the turnovers have been atrocious. The forced passes have been atrocious. Excuse me. I can't even pronounce it right from how riled up I am up here. You look at that Kentucky game. The amount of forced passes you had against Kentucky that game, it's looking like I'm having deja vu here against Vanderbilt.
Well, it kind of looked that way in the ball game against A&M as well. Kind of looked that way, but State will have the ball after the timeout. 8 turnovers for MSU. They trail by 17. McGee down the lane, a contested layup, had really no chance, and it was blocked. State gets the rebound, though. Matsura going to travel as he was trying to pass it out. It's turnover number 9. For Mississippi State. Stayed on a scoring drought of 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Had the lead cut to 11. It's back out to 17. And you can't fault Vanderbilt for anything in this one. They played pretty much a clean basketball game and have shot the ball really, really well. And the guy with the basketball now has shot it perfect. And now he passes it over to his teammate Duke Miles, and a foul a long way from the goal on Mississippi State. It is their 4th team foul. Foul going to go on Jabari McGee. That's his 2nd personal foul. He'll stay in the ball game, and Mississippi State will have to guard a baseline or sideline inbound here. Inbound into the backcourt, and Tanner going to bring it into the front court. He's got, again, 14 points perfect from the field in this one. Moving right off the screen, he's open right side, and his shot no good. So the first miss of the ball game seems like just State caught a break right there. Hubbard passing down low to Jamarian Davis-Fleming. He's fouled on his shot attempt and will go to the line for the second time of the morning.
Now, that very well could not have been a foul. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying if he would have just set his feet, he would have been perfectly fine, but he had to kind of scoot up on Davis-Fleming and kind of body check him. Last time Davis-Fleming was at the line, he missed both his free throws, so I'm hoping there's a little bit of something different happening here.
Yeah, I hope so. Like I mentioned, Davis-Fleming not the greatest of free throw shooters this season. Sub 30% coming into the game, has missed both and now has missed all three. So State, not helping themselves at the free throw line either. Now 1 of 5 from the charity stripe. On the floor for State, so make sure we have everybody for y'all on the floor. It's Hubbard, McGee, Jones Jr., Matsura, and Davis-Fleming, who's at the line for his second free throw, and it's good. Mississippi State trails by 16, 30 to 14, 9-10 and counting to go in the first half. 2-2-1 press for MSU. Vandy with it along the right side, and they break it rather easily down the lane. Now a pass down low, McLaughlin. Now to Washington, who just checked in the game. Goes up with a right-hand layup inside and scores it. 32 to 14. Vandy matching now their largest lead at 18. Hubbard off the screen, moving right. Kicks over to Jones Jr., left side wing, and a crossover back to Hubbard. And an illegal screen on Jones Jr. Just kind of leaned a shoulder into him, and just another careless play by MSU. They haven't scored in over 3 minutes and have now turned the ball over for the 10th time in this game. Vanderbilt with it. Tyler Tanner moving left side. Pass over to McLaughlin, trying a left wing three. Shot is no good. Rebound for Davis-Fleming. McGee up the right side. They're going to stop ball and looking to set up the offense. We'll give off to Hubbard, and Hubbard will try a three. It is going to rattle off and no good. Rebound for Vanderbilt, and here come the Commodores once again offensively. Have shot 62% from the field in this one. And an illegal screen now on the offensive side for Vanderbilt. State draws one. Hubbard tried to run through a screen, and McLaughlin fouled him. So it's a turnover for Vanderbilt, only their second. Mississippi State will get the ball back, trying to break a no field goal streak of 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
If I'm optimistic, and I would say that I'm quite an optimistic person, hey, we're in the bonus. We can take something out of it. I knew Vanderbilt was going to be a frisky foul committing team. You're in the bonus now. Take advantage of it. Try to draw some fouls here and get behind the free charity stripe and make some free throws.
Epsel inbound from the sideline in the backcourt. Gets it into Hubbard, who will bring it up the floor. Newly checked into the game now is Brandon Walker, who had an MSU high 16 points in the loss to A&M on Wednesday. Epps. Adam Matsura, handoff Hubbard. Hubbard driving towards the right side baseline. Kick down low to Walker, who just couldn't handle the pass, and it's tipped all the way out of bounds, and a turnover for MSU again. We're at the under 8 timeout. First half. We're going to take a break here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. State trails 32 to 14 to Vanderbilt here. Number 15 Vanderbilt at the 8-minute mark in the first half, under 8 timeout. Bulldogs 11 turnovers through the first 12 minutes of the game. They trail by 18. I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
To be since I was 19, you can find me maroon and white tee, stay grinding. You're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an our state, our place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a cowbell to the beat. Got 3-6 on my cheek, my boy and B gonna rest in peace. We just left it being in cowbell to the wind, and this maroon and white is blending like I'm Two-Face, Harvey Dent, and my friends up in the tent, and you know they Mississippi, and we coming for your hearts. So before we stop, wanna put a stint in. My state of mind is a place for these dime rhymes to mint, and if you cross the line, that's the place that they're gonna be spent in. I'm looking at the Mississippi women, and the district got me grinning. You step up in the pen, man, you probably
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb. Mississippi State trailing Vanderbilt 32-14 as we have gone past now the under 18 timeout. Rough start for MSU, 11 turnovers the game. Vandy with the basketball offensively. It's Duke Miles. A handoff Okereke. Working on Sergey Matsuri inside the lane at the restricted area arc. Maybe a travel, not called, but a shot no good. It's short, and here comes MSU. Hubbard crossing over. I want to work on Bing, and he is fouled, and we'll go to the line to shoot two. That's the 9th team foul on Vanderbilt, so State almost in the double bonus here with 7:34 left to play, and if State could force some fouls, we talked about that a little bit earlier, but if State could force some fouls and just get to the free throw line and find some free points, that could be huge in an effort to come back in this one. First free throw from Josh Hubbard is good. Hubbard at around 22 points per game this season, has struggled as of late.
I'd like to say, too, I don't mind forcing a foul because it stops the clock and you get a chance to get back in this game.
Exactly. I mean, free throws are going to be huge in this one if State can force them. And with Vanderbilt being in such foul trouble early in this one, that would be huge for Mississippi State, find a way to come back. Both free throws good, 32-16, number 15 Vanderbilt on top of your Bulldogs of MSU. Tanner with it near the free throw line, making his way over to the right side elbow, kicks in the corner to Duke Miles, and he nails the three. So that's not the way to come back. 5 now first half threes for Vanderbilt. They're 5 of 11 from behind the three-point line. Walker with the basketball. Looking to hand off. He does hand off to Josh Hubbard. Right side wing, 15 on the shot clock coming up on the 7-minute mark. State down 19, the largest lead of the game for Vanderbilt. Brandon Walker with it now, top of the key. Looking to go to work on McLaughlin. Working inside the lane, goes up with the right hand. Shot just a little long, and McLaughlin finds the ball with a rebound. Here comes Miles down the floor, streaking towards the lane. Left-handed layup is blocked, and it goes off of Mississippi State. Thought that one was close to going off of the upper leg of, really maybe the thigh of Miles there, but it's not going to be called that. Now, I guess maybe they're going to go to the monitor to check this. Maybe they will. They said it was out on Josh Hubbard of Mississippi State, but I guess they're going to go to the monitor to check if it was out on Vanderbilt's Duke Miles. So it would be a Mississippi State basketball and a rare block for Josh Hubbard.
I don't know about you, but growing up to learn a little bit of Espanol, I watched Dora the Explorer, and Josh Hubbard down there looked like that fox. He just swiped that basketball right out of the hands of Miles.
We got a replay over here. Our buddy Wes Webb helping us out. Appreciate that, Wes. Good guy. You'll hear him a lot more coming up in softball season and baseball season. He's here with us today, learning the ropes of the Bulldog Student Sports Network. They reviewed it, and it's off of Vanderbilt, so it'll be Mississippi State basketball. And yeah, looking at the replay here on old Wes's computer, it looks like it was kind of off the thigh there of Duke Miles of Vanderbilt. So a block for Josh Hubbard, a rarity, but he gets a block and forces a turnover there. So it'll be Mississippi State basketball as they trail by 19. State shooting 31% from the field this half. Vanderbilt 61%. So 30 points better than the Bulldogs. And State, of course, has turned the ball over 11 times, and Vandy scored 18 points off of those. State up the floor, coming up on the 6.5-minute mark here in the first half, and they trail by 19. Hubbard has it on the E of the Mississippi State logo. Coming off a screen, will give over to Achor left wing. 13 on the shot clock. Looking to give off is Achor. He gives to Epps, top of the key, 8 on the shot clock. Moving right side now towards the wing. Tanner guarding him. Right side short corner. Tough contested shot, and it falls. A really nice shot there from Jaden Epps, who scores his second basket from the field. Ball almost stolen away by Mississippi State. Walker on the floor for it. Now 4 on 5 basically for Vanderbilt. The shot no good, and a late whistle called by the Commodores. And the referee who blew the whistle telling Mark Byington of Vanderbilt to calm down a little bit, but a foul called on the floor. I thought that was rather late, but it's going to send McLaughlin to the line for VU.
Well, I thought that was great defense. He had his feet set, his arms wide up. He just missed the shot. Because Vanderbilt missed the shot, it seems like a whistle was called.
First free throw from McLaughlin is good. He has now 5 in the ball game. Mentioned he played for Vanderbilt last year, averaged 10 points a game, 8 rebounds. Also played for Boston College 2 years prior to that. 4 double-doubles this season. He's well on his way to double digits with now 6 points as he nails both free throws. 37-18. Sergey Matsura going to check in for Mississippi State, replacing Achor. So on the floor for the Bulldogs, it's Josh Hubbard, Jaden Epps, Sean Jones Jr., Sergey Matsura, and Brandon Walker getting a lot of run here in this ball game. Hubbard grabs the inbound, will bring it up the floor, guarded by the freshman of Vanderbilt, Chandler Bing from Atlanta, Georgia.
He just checked in for Nickel.
Nickel in this game with 2 threes, a great three-point shooter. State hadn't been able to stop him early on. Epps, top of the key, will try a 3. It was partially blocked, goes off the head of a Vanderbilt player and out of bounds. I think that one went off the head of Tyler Tanner. Vanderbilt had no idea it was coming. I mean, can't blame him. Had his head down, boxing out, and had no idea that one was coming. So State will catch a break as the block shot went off of a Vanderbilt player's head, and it'll be out of bounds, and State will inbound.
You got to be careful with fouls here, though, because you're 1 away from putting Vandy in the bonus.
Jones looking to inbound from the corner. A really tough spot to inbound. He gets it into Epps. 7 on the shot clock for State, so they got to go. Walker, left side, spinning into the lane. Right-handed layup, no good. Fell down, doesn't get a foul call. Didn't think there was. He just kind of fell with the shot. Tanner in transition, kick into the corner to Duke Miles. Great ball movement for Vandy, no good. Wide open rebound, down low for Bing, and his putback layup is good.
Absolutely no boxing out right
no
there.
boxing out. He was wide open down low, and State trails by 21. Epps with a layup, no good. Matsura fighting for the rebound. It's to no avail. 39-18, Vandy with their largest lead of the ball game at 21 points. Up top now, Washington looking to hand off, gives to Bing. Guarded by Matsura, deep on the left wing. Now 16 on the shot clock, 5 minutes to play in the first half. Throw down low, and Washington scores on the mismatch. Hubbard tried to sky high for the steal, couldn't do it, and the slam home. 41-18, Vandy. Hubbard with it now to Epps, right side of the circle now over to Brandon Walker. Now Matsura, left side corner. Matsura dribbling up to the left wing, looking to hand off, had it poked away behind him, but Epps comes up with it. Epps moving left, 12 on the shot clock. Now back to his right. Driving inside the lane, goes up with the right hand and scores. Had a little bit of free space and State able to now to get to the 20-point mark. 4.5 to play and counting here in the first half. 41-20 Vanderbilt. Tanner with it, right wing. And Walker comes up with a steal. Down the lane, down the floor, Brandon Walker with a slam. And he's come in, and I'll tell you what, Brandon Walker has come in, and it hadn't looked good for State. They trail 41-22, but he's come in and put out nothing but effort on the floor. He's played well, and he's going to check out of the ball game. He's played extremely well in the couple of minutes that he's played.
And he's a bigger guy. He almost reminds me of kind of like that Jimmy Bell physicality. Jimmy Bell was a Michigan State football player, came here for football and then basketball. And that's where that physicality comes from.
It's a good thing to point out there. That's a good player to remind you of. I can agree with that there. State will tip the ball out of bounds from Vanderbilt, and that'll send us to the under 4 timeout. So Vandy will get the ball after the under 4 timeout. That's a good comparison, though, with Jimmy Bell. He's got, Walker's got a lot of physicality. I mean, coming off that great game he had against A&M, had 16 points, led all scorers for State.
He was bodying down low.
Yeah, it was an MSU high, so did a really, really good job. Has only played 4 minutes so far in this one. Has scored 2 points and obviously has that steal in the transition dunk. So, would love to continue to see him play and try and maybe see him flourish. Also, you're probably going to continue to see King Grace as well. He was just in the ball game before State knocked it out of bounds and sent us to the under 4 timeout. So, again, we're at the under 4 timeout, 41-22. Mississippi State trails number 15, Vanderbilt. That just haven't quite been able to weather the storm. Bulldogs hadn't had a turnover in a little while, but Vandy has been just continuously hot from the field, 62% from the field overall, 16 of 26, and 42% from 3 at 5 of 12. State has made 8 shots from the field. Vandy has made 16. So Vandy has doubled up Mississippi State in shots made from the field. It's clearly evident with the score being 41-22. It's just been a tough start to the ball game for MSU. And, you come out and trail the game 22-4. It's tough to come back from that, and State's found themselves in quite some hole here.
We have to figure out how to stop that ball movement. One thing we didn't point out is Vandy, 11 assists on the day. They are moving the ball well. They are third in the conference, I believe, in assists per game. Not a stat we usually point out. That's 17.8 assists per game on the season. They're 24th nationally. Their ball movement is exquisite, Ty. That is why they are 42% from behind the arch tonight, because they literally they'll fake you down low, and then they'll pass it out in a corner, and they'll just shoot a three and make it on you. And it's been poetry in front of my eyes. I hate to see it, but it's been fantastic ball movement by Vanderbilt today.
I might have missed it, but did you point out the assist mark so far in this ball game?
I did.
11 assists on 16 made field goals. So 11 of their 16 made shots have been assisted. So, I mean, like we said, coming into the pregame show, we mentioned that they're a team that's going to share the rock. You don't know really who it's coming from. Most of the points have come from Tyler Tanner tonight, who is a game-leading 14. But, it's been – they've shared it all the way around offensively. It's been, at least as a basketball person, fun to watch for Vanderbilt. Now, as a Mississippi State person, I can't say the same. But they've looked good offensively. Vandy with it. Tanner down the baseline, going to kick all the way to the top and almost threw it in the backcourt. Nichols saves it. 2 on the shot clock for Vandy. McLaughlin will try a 3. It's a brick and a rebound for Jaden Epps. Here come the Bulldogs now. Matsura kick into the corner, left side. Josh Hubbard faking on McLaughlin will try a 3. It's no good. Hubbard has stayed cold in this one. Now 1 of 5 from the field and 1 of 4 from 3. Down low, McLaughlin. Double team now into the corner. Throw up top to Miles. Swing into the right side corner to Nichols. Shot no good. Really carobs off the backboard there and to the front of the rim for Epps for a rebound. Epps right wing. He's got 8 points of the game, leading all Bulldogs, and he's fouled on the floor and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. The State has now found themselves in the double bonus with 3:16 to play in the first half. So, again, these free throws are going to mean a lot for Mississippi State if they can find a way to get some stops defensively. I mean, you stop the clock and have opportunities to score points.
You're in the double bonus. The clock is stopped, but you're also 1 foul away from getting Vanderbilt in the bonus as well. So, you got to be careful with that. You still have 3 minutes left to play.
Epps at the line and misses the free throw. And again, like I said, State hadn't helped themselves at the free throw line either. 4 of 9 in this one. Epps now 1 of 3. Hopefully can get 2 of 4 here. He has 8 points again, leading all Bulldogs. Nails the second, so 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. State now 5 of 10, have missed 5. They trail 41-23. State again with a 2-2-1 press here. Vandy gets into the front court. Duke Miles with it. 3:07 and counting to go in the first half. State down by 18. To the free throw line. It's Okereke, Now stops his dribble, kicks it back out to Miles, deep right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Moving left side is Miles, guarded by Epps. Tries a shot from the left side elbow and just drew some contact. Epps was kind of, as they say, in his cylinder there, kind of in the grill of Duke Miles, and he draws a foul at the elbow, and Epps just kind of bails him out there, and Miles will go to the free throw line to shoot for his first time tonight. Quickly at the line, and he will try his first here. And the first one is good.
Vanderbilt stays 100% from the free throw line. I'm hoping I can announcer's jinx it, Ty. That's why I'm talking about stats right now.
It's going to be tough, too, with Miles. He has only missed 1 free throw so far in SEC play, 5th in the SEC in free throw percentage, coming in at 88%. He nails both, continues his hot shooting from the charity stripe, and Vandy leads by 20. Epps looking to inbound off of the press for Vanderbilt and continuously run that at least off of their free throw makes. And State does get it into the front court. It's Epps with the basketball deep at the top of the key, guarded by Duke Miles. Miles with 9 points in the game. Tanner with 14. And that throw to Ballard almost lost, but Ballard does come up with it, looking to hand it off now, going to dribble. McLaughlin now left side block. Tried to throw it back up top. He does. King Grace with it. 5 on the shot clock. Driving, spinning to the block. Right-handed layup, no good, but Matsura taps it in, and State with the bucket there, 43-25 now.
That's something he learned in Serbia, I think.
So. He somehow was able to tap that one in as it kind of wedged between the glass and the rim. Vandy has the basketball. Tanner, shot no good off the front rim, and State with a rebound. Chance to score off the Vanderbilt miss. Vandy hadn't made a field goal in the last around 3 minutes. So if State can take advantage of that. Ballard, a kick up to Epps. Left side of the circle for 3. Good. And State has now cut the lead to 15. We big if State can get some momentum here and cut into this thing as we head closer to half. 150 and counting to go in the first half.
Vandy not made a field goal in 3 minutes.
Yep, State trails by 15. Ball deep in the left wing. It's Miles with it. Going to get a screen moving left side. And a reverse scoop layup down low, and he gets it to fall. And just stormed past Bauer, able to knock it down. Grace in the corner, a transition three for State. They move quickly. Matsura trying to sky for the putback dunk, but no good. Vandy with it. Miles down the floor, left wing three. Shot no good, well short. Off the rim and out of bounds. MSU basketball. 45-28. Jamarion Davis-Fleming is going to check in for Mississippi State, and he'll replace Quincy Ballard. Also, Sean Jones Jr. going to come in. He'll replace Sergei Matsura. And so State will have it again, down 17, 45-28. If you can find a way somehow to cut this lead to 10, I think you'd feel a little bit better about yourself going into the second half. Obviously, you got a lot of work to do, but you can get it down to 10, you might feel better about yourself. Hubbard with it past the half-court line, 1:12 and counting to go in the first half. State down 17, 45-28. Hubbard just at the top of the circle and nails it just inside from a long mid-range J, and State now with the lead back down to 15, a minute to go in the first half. Could find yourself with a couple of possessions here for Mississippi State. Got to play good defense. Tanner crossing over Hubbard. Now kick out to Nickel for three. Up and good. And I doubt you're going to get it now to 10 here. Timeout Vanderbilt, 48-30. Be very tough to get it down to 10. There's Tyler Nickel again with a three. 3 of 5 now from three. That's where he shot every single one of his shots. He's got 9 points in the ball game. And Vanderbilt leads Mississippi State 48-30.
You just cannot foul in this last 46 seconds. You have Vanderbilt now in the bonus. You foul, they'll get behind that free throw line. And if math's doing me right and it's serving me correctly 100% from the free throw line, they're going to make it. They're probably going to make one, at least one, if they can make that first one. They might make the second one too, but you can't foul here. You got to play some grade A defense, something that you've been playing some of the game, but you got to play something so you can go in the second half and be like, okay, that's the example we need to play against Vanderbilt and hopefully go and win this thing.
Well, I mean, if you're State here, you got to have the best outcome happen, especially trailing by 18. So you need a bucket and a stop and then a bucket. If that's possible. If you can go 2 for 1, you're going to want to do that. So we'll see if State can do that. Inbound to Hubbard, and he'll bring it up the floor, moving rather quickly. So see if State tries to go 2 for 1 here. Splitting inside a double team. Hubbard with a free throw line floater, and it's short off front iron, no good. Shot clock is still on, and about a 8 to 9 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Really more 7 to 8 seconds. And Vanderbilt going to take their time and run this thing down here. Tanner holding it near the half-court line. Standing, I guess you could say, in the delta of Mississippi on the T of the Mississippi State logo. 5 on the shot clock. Vandy will go. Tanner going to throw it all the way in the corner. Okereke now back to Tanner, and Vandy they got the shot up, I guess. And State didn't think they did, and Vandy gets the offensive rebound, hits the 3, and Bing scores. And that'll send us to the half. 51-30. Mississippi State trails Vanderbilt. Just a less than impressive first half for Mississippi State. Vandy shot 56% from the field in that first half. State shot 38%. Bulldogs missed 5 free throws, also had 11 turnovers. Vanderbilt scored 18 points off of those 11 turnovers. State just couldn't get a lot going in that first half, and that's why they trail by 21.
I'm not sure if that was a shot clock violation or not, Ty. I don't know if he just got it off with the milliseconds he had left. I just need State to do better in the second half. We're going to talk about it more in just a second. But dang, those 11 turnovers killed you, and those 18 points off turnovers killed you. I mean, you play. Let's say you take off those turnovers, right? Vandy's still winning, but it is so much more of a manageable game at that point. Those turnovers have just killed you. You have to find a way to limit those just careless mistakes.
Well, I mean, the turnovers were huge. We'll talk about it more at the halftime show, but Vandy was – it probably would have been more manageable, but Vandy had they were just hot early on. And they were hot all throughout the quarter, all throughout the first half. I mean, they started 10 of 13 from the field, 9 of 10 if you want to bring it back to more so at the beginning of the ball game. So did a really good job, just continuously making shots and yeah, State just struggled, to take care of the basketball, and ended up trailing 22-4 early in the ball game, and now have they lead by trail by 21, 51-30. Again, just a struggle of a first half for Mississippi State. Not a lot of energy now in the building, and I don't know if you're going to be able to play off the home court advantage. We'll see how it goes in that second half, but State's going to need one miraculous comeback if they want to get a win here in SEC play. We'll talk a little bit more about it at the halftime show here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Going to take a quick break so old Connor over here can prepare a little graphic for you. We'll be back in just a moment. Again, I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb for the BSSN. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
You gon' get bullied. You better draw back, bruh. We on the attack, bruh. We dogs of war, we coming forward. You can see that it's written on the dog tag. And we ain't listening to what you think we gon' do. Cause either way we coming for you. And it don't matter how we do, we gonna stay true. Cause that's true, Maroon, and that's through and through. Cause on that M-I-S-S-I. Now stay from the stands with a plate in my hand full of cheese fries. S-S-I. Cause I beat me, you know that we believe. Hit the street when we're ready, check me on the Yeti, you can see that we're reppin' S-T-A-T-E till we D-I-E. Every place that we step in, so rap that in maroon and white. We're gonna rule the night, we're gonna do the fight song all the way down Main and Night. Gonna make it back to maroon and night, or wherever my head lands. Long as that golden edge still stands behind that glass, I don't have to ask. You know we adding who I am, we in that shoe. And we about to roll, and everywhere we go, we taking control. We in that shoe, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. Cause we in that shoe, and we about to roll, and everywhere we go, we taking control. We in that shoe, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. Cause we in that shoe.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, cause if the boot do it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just gon' quit. So if you got a fire, don't lose it. If you gotta do or die, dream, do it. If you got something to prove, go on and prove it. Don't let nobody clip your wings. Keep your head down, keep on the blinders. Tune out the doubters and all the closed minders. If it's in your blood, falling down ain't enough to change you. You were born to be. Getting back up, that's the only backup plan you need.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network, and welcome into our halftime show. I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb. Wearing a producer headset over there. Wes doing some good work for us, a little bit of replay work and learning the ropes here. Get ready to listen to him when we get into softball and baseball season. Excited to have him with us.
Oh, yeah.
But not excited about that first half here at the Humphrey Coliseum. State trailing Vanderbilt, number 15 Vanderbilt, 51-30 at the break here. State started and trailed 22-4 with about 14 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Really couldn't do much after that. I mean, Vanderbilt continued their hot shooting. Mississippi State turned the basketball over as well, and Vandy scored off of those turnovers. Just a struggle of a first half for State. First, I'm going to read the kind of statistical comparison between the two teams, and then Connor and I will get to talking together about the first half. But you have a graphic up, thanks to Connor. We'll get into some of those stats as well as some extra ones as well. So Vanderbilt shoots 56%, or shot 56% from the field in the first half, 19 of 34. Mississippi State 38% clip at 11 of 29. Bulldogs 30% from 3 of 10. Vanderbilt 39%, 7 of 18. Vandy perfect from the free throw line at 6 of 6, and Mississippi State made half of their free throws, 5 of 10. Bulldogs, and we'll talk about this, I'm sure, in just a moment, but Bulldogs with 11 first half turnovers. 7 of those coming in the first 4 minutes, around 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and 18 points off of those turnovers for Vanderbilt. State scored 6 points off of 4 Vanderbilt turnovers. Total rebounds, the rebound battle, it was 19-16. Mississippi State held the advantage there in that first half, but I guess it really didn't amount to much. 19-16 they led in total. Vandy won on the defensive glass 13-12. State led the offensive glass 7-3. 4 second chance points for State off of 7 offensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds for Vanderbilt, 8 second chance points. So Vandy did a better job of converting off of those offensive rebounds. Bulldogs with 20 bench points. Bulldogs with 20. Vanderbilt with 9. Commodores with 22 points inside the paint. Bulldogs with 8. VU with 7 fast break points. MSU with 5. Bulldogs had 1 block. Vanderbilt had 3, 4 steals for Vandy, 3 steals for State. 13 assists for the Commodores, only 3 for MSU. Game was tied one time at 2-2, and also it was tied at 0-0. They don't really count that, but technically tied for 2 times to start the game, and when it was 2-2 for a total of 1 minute and 4 seconds. No lead changes. State has not led in this ball game. Vanderbilt led for 18 minutes and 56 seconds of the first half. Their largest lead was 23, and they lead now by 21 over Mississippi State with just under 5.5 minutes to go until the second half. So Connor read off those stats. Opening statements. Well, I mean, what have you seen? We talked about it obviously during a couple of the breaks and under 16 media timeouts, under 12, whatever. We talked about it a little bit. What have you thought off of just reading some of those stats and what you've seen so far in the ballgame?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, we're both communication majors, right? And I feel like looking at these stats, every time we get into one of these games, these numbers are don't lie. I feel like I should be an accountant major at this point for how many numbers I have to go through. And I really do love these numbers, but not whenever they're not in Mississippi State's favor. I mean, I used to get told men lie, women lie, but numbers don't, Ty. And when you look at these numbers, we knew what Vandy was good at going into this game. Scoring offense, scoring defense. They're good behind the 3. They're good behind the free throw line. They're a frisky team. They commit a lot of fouls. We knew that going into this. They're playing exactly what these numbers are telling us. These numbers are telling us everything we need to know about this Vanderbilt team. Mississippi State is not capitalizing. 11 turnovers. Vandy 18 points on those turnovers. That is not a good stat at all if you're Mississippi State, Ty. All these careless mistakes. You're throwing the ball. You're barely winning the rebound battle. I mean, your bench is playing great. You're getting people in there. You're giving them some minutes, and they're playing good. 13 assists for Vandy. The ball movement has been extraordinary for Vanderbilt. You just have not played a great game. You go into this game and say, okay, well, this is what Vandy's good at. Why aren't you stopping them?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, and looking at it too, and you talked about just what Vanderbilt's done this season successfully, and they've done that in the ball game. in their 2 losses on the road. It's been a Vanderbilt team, at least in conference play on the road, that has struggled a little bit. 2 road losses. In those 2 road losses to Texas and most recently to Arkansas, scored 64 points against Texas, scored 68 against Arkansas.
I mean, they just about had that in the first half.
They've almost got that in the first half. I mean, State has done nothing to limit Vanderbilt. They haven't helped themselves on the offensive end because they're just giving Vanderbilt points in terms of turning the basketball over. And then on the flip side of that, offensively, just hadn't been able to force a missed shot. I mean, Vanderbilt shot 56% from the field in that first half, made 7 threes, almost 40% from 3 in the first half. It's you come out. I just didn't expect. Maybe I don't know. I just didn't expect State to come out so flat in the first half. It was very surprising. I mean, to go down 22-4 at home. I know we don't have the largest home crowd today. The Lower Bowl was full. You got a little bit of, I mean, you're always going to have a home court advantage. I feel like noise can be created whenever, and it's tough to play on the road in the SEC at all. But now you have the crowd completely out of it. Some of these people are dispersed away because you came out flat in the first half, and it's come back and it's bit you. And it's bit you hard. You find yourself down 21, made too many mistakes early on, and you just cannot come out cold if you want to win a game against a top 15 team or against any team in this conference.
Well, it's already too cold outside. We got too many Southerners on our team. I feel like they're letting this weather get to them a little bit too. They're telling us there's going to be a pretty good winter storm coming up, and maybe it's getting into the minds of Mississippi State because you're right, they're shooting cold. You look at Vanderbilt's stat column. Every single stat they have tonight is showing you why this team is an NCAA tournament team, Ty. This is a very good Vanderbilt team, and to have them come into the hump, we knew that, but to have them up 51-30, they're up 21 points, Ty, that is not how Mississippi State should protect your home court. You have to play better defensively, offensively. I mean, all around the board. You're shooting cold. You're playing cold. The only good thing I could say is you drawing fouls and stopping the clock, but every time you stop the clock, it seems like Vanderbilt takes advantage of it, and they score on their volition as well.
Well, you've been able to get to the free throw line, but you hadn't helped yourself there either. You're shooting 50% from the free throw line, 5 of 10. It's just, I mean, you do that well, but then you get to the free throw line and you just haven't been able to prosper at all. So, we'll see who State looks to in this second half. I think you look to Jaden Epps for sure. I mean, maybe Josh Hubbard can get hot. He has 7 points, but Epps has been good in this first half. 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. He's got to the free throw line a couple times. He's got 12 points, leading all Bulldogs in the ballgame and second in all scorers in this game. Look for Epps. Look for a couple guys off the bench to come in. Guys like maybe Brandon Walker, who I thought provided a good spark. Maybe King Grace, Sergey Matsura, I thought provided a pretty good spark. He had 4 points and 7 rebounds in that first half. I mean, he had a turnover, but virtually every Bulldog that played had a turnover. So you got an opportunity here. I mean, it's going to take a lot to come back. You're going to have to shoot lights out. You got to play old-fashioned Chris Jans defense. That's what you're going to have to do, and you cannot turn the basketball over.
Or commit fouls.
That's exactly right, because that's a good point too. Vanderbilt perfect from the field. From the free throw line went 6 of 6. So I mean, did a good job in that first half in converting when they went to the free throw line. Only went 3 times, but heck, they made all of them. So can't fault them for that. And just a credit to Vanderbilt too, because they've come out ready to play. And sometimes you can come out flat on the road, but it's the flip side. In this one, State's come out flat at home, and you just can't expect to have a lead or be in the ball game if you come out flat like MSU did. So that'll end our halftime show. We'll go right into the second half here. Vandy has the ball first. It's Tanner with it. Led all scores with 14 in that first half. He now gives it to Okiriki. Back up top to Tanner. He'll try a 3. It's good. And he continues his hot shooting. Now 17 points, 7 of 10 from the field and 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Vandy now with their largest lead at 24. Hubbard, Epps, Jones Jr., Matsura, and Davis Fleming on the floor for State. Kicking to the right side corner. It's Epps. State moving right to left this half. Hubbard tries to throw it up top to Epps, and it's stolen away. Early turnover for State. 2-on-1 fast break for Vanderbilt. Nickel with a slam. 56-30. State continuing their ways from the first half. An early turnover on their first possession. Epps with it, deep right wing. Off the screen, moving left side now. Kick over to Jones Jr., right wing. He'll try a 3. Shot no good, and it caroms off the top of the backboard and out of bounds. A turnover for Mississippi State, and the Bulldogs have gone scoreless on their first 2 possessions.
Just keep racking them up.
Tanner up the floor, left side guarded by Hubbard. Moving right, almost took a screen, did not. Miles coming off an off-ball screen with it now, moving left side off the wing. I kind of lost Epps there, but Epps able to retract. Ball thrown up top to McLaughlin, and his shot no good. Rebound MSU. Here comes Epps up the floor, right side. Led all Bulldogs with 12 points there in that first half. Moving off the screen now down low to Davis Fleming. Inside to Matsura. Tried to slam it home, couldn't quite do it, but he was fouled at the point, at his high point there at the rim, and so he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws here for Mississippi State. 18:34 to go in the second half, and Mississippi State is now at their largest deficit of 26, 56-30.
This is someone that shoots less than 50% from the free throw.
Well, he nails his first one there. Matsura, I think he's played some good minutes in this one. First-year player out of Serbia. But I think, he's played some good minutes.
Well, he's used to this
ball
weather.
game.
He's used to this weather.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty cold over there. He makes both free throws. He's got 6 points, 7 rebounds in 15 minutes played. State trails by 24, 56-32. Tanner off the screen, moving right side, down the lane, pass down low, McLaughlin. He's got a mismatch down low and scores with the right hand. Vandy answers the 2 free throws for State with a layup, and it's back to 26 points as a deficit for MSU. Jones Jr. will hand off to Hubbard, moving right side, kicks over to Jones Jr., tried to, and the ball was stolen away by Miles down the floor, right hand layup, good. And Hubbard now with 3 turnovers in the game. State trails 60-32. It's getting thumped right now. 17-15 counting to go in the second half. Hubbard at the logo. Miles guarding him, 16 on the shot clock, moving right off a screen. Now Tanner goes to guard him, picks up his dribble, gives off to Matsura. Matsura into the lane, kicks over to Jones Jr., faking a 3, 8 seconds on the shot clock, looking to hand off. Spinning away now, right side. Now to JDF, now Epps. Epps going to have to heave a long 3. It's no good off front iron. Rebound for McLaughlin of Vanderbilt, and Tanner saves himself before he steps out of bounds, and we'll take it up the floor. McLaughlin now back to Tanner. Tanner driving right side. Hubbard guarding him. Stops right side short corner. Give to McLaughlin. Now back to Tanner. Tanner right side elbow floater up. No good. Rebound for Davis Fleming of Mississippi State. Here comes Hubbard. Now to Epps. Deep left wing. 25 on the shot clock. Epps down the lane. Goes up with the right hand. Scores from the left side of the goal. 60-34. 17 minutes and counting to go in the second half. Vandy quickly down the floor. Miles just throws one up and the shot's no good. Here comes Mississippi State. It's Josh Hubbard. Under 17 minutes to play in the second half, 60-34. Number 15, Vanderbilt, on top of your Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Epps with it, deep left wing. Going to move off the screen now down to Davis Fleming. Down to Matsura, almost lost the basketball off the backdoor pass, but able to handle it and score with a layup. Matsura had 8 points in the game.
Quick passes equals quick baskets.
See if State can find a way to get another stop here. Up to McLaughlin, now Nickel with the basketball. Back up to Tanner, driving right side, at the right side block, kicks out. That's Okereke with it. Left side going up and is fouled by Matsura. And will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Matsura got his, really put his midsection into Okereke there, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. A.K. Okereke, graduate out of Clovis, California, played at Cornell for the past 3 years. Misses the first free throw. Who went to Cornell from the office? Who went to Cornell?
Andy.
There we go. Good one right there. I always think of Andy.
You see, they added office in Fortnite.
Oh my God! All right, let's stay on the topic of the game here. Goodness gracious! I didn't know that was going to lead to that. Second free throw good from Okereke.
Our producer Tanner Davis texted me that last night.
Yeah, well, goodness gracious! Second free throw good. Let's call the game. Second free throw good. No more fun facts from me. 61-36, Vanderbilt on top of Mississippi State, coming up on the 16-minute mark in the second half. Epps coming off a screen, trying to throw it down low to Matsura. He does. Matsura hands off to Hubbard. Now back to Matsura down the lane. His shot rejected away by Jalen Washington. Here comes Vandy down the floor in transition. Nickel fires up a transition 3, The shot no good. State down the floor now. Hubbard with it, left wing, moving off a screen, backing out left side of the circle. behind the three-point line, now stops, right side elbow, will try a jump shot, no good, well short, and rebound for Vanderbilt. Hubbard now from the floor, 2 of 8. 2 of 8 is Josh Hubbard, 25%, and also 25% from 3 at 1 of 4. Has struggled shooting, especially in these last 3 ball games for State. Tanner down the left side of the lane, goes up with the right-hand finger roll layup, no good, and State finds the rebound. Epps down the floor, stop and pop 3 in transition, no good off back iron, and both Vandy players in Washington and Nickel fighting for the rebound, and Washington comes up with it. As Vandy has gone cold over the last couple of minutes, over their last 4, and no field goals in the last almost 3 minutes. State really hadn't been able to cut into the lead too much, though. Tanner with it, kick back out to Washington. He'll try a 3 from the top of the key. It's no good, and Vandy now over their last 5, and here comes Jaden Epps for State. Maybe a chance to cut into this thing, and State's going to need a lot of misses from Vanderbilt and a lot of makes from themselves to find a way to win it. Matsura fouled out wide on the right wing by A.K.O. Karake, and that will send us to the under-16 timeout. So through the first couple of minutes here, I'm trying to do the math in my head, 5 minutes and 12 seconds here with 4:48 to play in the second half. Bulldogs have been outscored 10-6 by Vanderbilt. Not what you want. They trail 61-36, been outscored 10-6. Like I said, not what you want when you trail by so much at the half. You got to come out firing on all cylinders and able to try and fire up a comeback effort. Just hadn't been able to do that so far. So, rough start, I guess. Rough start to the game has really put State in a bad position.
I'll just say one thing. As much as our offense relies on Hubbard, I sometimes hate it because if Hubbard's not hot, you can't be in ball games. You can't win ball games. You really have to have a good Josh Hubbard performance. Our offense relies on him so much. This is the guy that has to prevail offensively if Mississippi State wants to win or be in basketball games. Hubbard, 7 points on the night. He's 2 for 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from the 3. He's perfect from behind the charity stripe. Got a rebound to go with the 2 steals. If he's not playing good, Ty, it just seems like Mississippi State, the whole team just doesn't play good whatsoever, and I just hate that dynamic.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, State has tried to go out in different years and grab different shooters and guys to try and go together with Josh Hubbard. You go out and grab Jaden Epps this year. Went out last year, grabbed Claudell Harris, Riley Kugel, among others, to try and shoot the basketball. And at times it hadn't worked, and State still continued to find themselves relying on Josh Hubbard, and relying on him this game is not working out. 7 points for him, and he also has turned the ball over 3 times and shooting 25% from both the field and behind the three-point line. So it hasn't quite worked out for him. State as a team shooting 36% and have turned the ball over 13 times. And that's the most important stat of the game is Vandy has responded in terms of turning over Mississippi State. Now, 6 of those 13 turnovers have been steals, but either way they've been turnovers. 13 turnovers, 22 points off of those 13 turnovers. I think that's really the stat of the game and what caused so much separation early on in the game and what has continued this separation throughout the ball game.
You talk about what we're going to discuss on the show when it comes to men's basketball, it's going to be these turnovers.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Giving State a lot of issues, and we'll have, obviously, he mentioned the show, Bulldog Breakdown, a new show we're doing. Don't think we're going to be able to get one out this week, film this week, but I don't think we're going to be able to get one out, so maybe we'll have one next week. We're still obviously working on that. I was trying to balance school and all that, so don't fret, because we'll have a couple of episodes for you for the Bulldog Breakdown here this semester. State with the ball out of the timeout. There's 8 on the shot clock. King Grace with it. He'll try right wing 3, and his shot long and no good. Rebound for Vanderbilt. On the floor for Mississippi State, it's Delquan Warren, who's just checked in the game. Jabari McGee, Quincy Ballard, King Grace, and Achor. Miles with it near the half-court line, and will now drive on Delquan Warren, and a charge on Duke Miles. Put a shoulder in Delquan, so he comes in. Delquan does and forces a turnover for the Commodore.
I was going to say something. It looked clear as day to me. Delquan Warren shot back about 3 or 4 steps after that shoulder had get pinned into him, so I'm glad to see the turnover.
Yeah, it's a combination really of the shoulder and also a push-off too, so good call down there, and Mississippi State has the ball off of a Vanderbilt turnover. Vandy hadn't scored in 2+ minutes, and neither has State. Both teams have gone cold here in the second half, and the Bulldogs trail by 25. McGee with the basketball, driving left side, trying to go all the way to the rack, stops at the block, and he'll try a little short jump shot, and it'll fall. Mississippi State trails now by 23, 61-38, under the 14-minute mark here in the second half at the Humphrey Coliseum. Miles with it, top of the key now moving towards the right side. Give over to James. Now back to Miles. Now down low, Karake. Going to work on Ballard. Ballard standing tall. Kick over to Washington. Achor guarding him, and Washington scores over Achor with the right hand and puts the lead back out to 25. Warren down the floor off of a screen. Now stops ball and gives over to Achor. Now to Grace. Grace driving right side. Got to back it out now. Good defense. Kick all the way back up top to McGee, and he'll set up the offense here. Going to move off the screen to his left. Now to Ballard. Ballard free throw line out to Warren, right wing. Warren moving right side. Good defense here. Double teaming him. 6 on the shot clock. Tough possession for State. They'll fire it over to McGee, who tries a three late in the shot clock, and it does not fall. Here come the Commodores. Over to Bing, the freshman, and the ball's stolen away by Warren, and he'll throw it up the floor to Grace. Grace in transition. Layup good, and one. Count it, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Probably the best play of the day so far for Mississippi State. It was a great steal from behind by Delquan Warren, an even better pass up the floor, and a great finish by King Grace. The freshman will go to the line to try and convert the three-point play.
I mean, this is somebody that I'm very excited to see how he progresses throughout his college career. I hope he stays. I believe he was a top 100 ESPN recruit coming out of high school from Texas, and now he's at Mississippi State, and I'm really excited to see his progression throughout his career, as I said.
You were right. Number 75 overall ESPN recruit. He cannot convert the three-point play, and so Vanderbilt will have the basketball. State pressing a little bit. Now they get into the front court, Vanderbilt does. McLaughlin with the rock, moving up to the left wing, will hand off to Tanner. Tanner with 17 points leading all scorers. He'll get the handoff again. Now back to McLaughlin down low. Having trouble with the basketball, kicks into the corner to Bing. Bing driving inside the lane, goes up with the right hand, has it rejected at his high point by Achor. Here comes State. Ball deflected in the front court by Vanderbilt and out of bounds off of the Commodores, so the possession will stay with Mississippi State.
Got to see what they're going to draw up. They're going to have King Grace in the maroon outside.
Yeah, he'll trigger in an inbound from the baseline close to the corner here. He gets it into Achor. Achor dribbled it up, handed off to one of his guards, hands off to Warren. Left wing, 20 on the shot clock. Warren guarded by Duke Miles. Miles with 13 points in the game. And Warren down the lane, kicks all the way to the right side wing to McGee for three. Shot up, no good. Long rebound, fought for, grabbed by Vanderbilt. Here comes McLaughlin, and a slam in transition. 65-40, 12 minutes to play in the second half. State trails. Warren off the screen, now guarded by Washington. Now they'll switch back off, and Tanner will guard him. Tanner, active hands here, tips it up in the air. Warren comes back up with it. Kick over to Achor for three from the right wing, and he buries it. Achor with a three, has made a three, and I think in 3 out of the last 4 ball games for Mississippi State. Nails one there to cut the lead to 22. Warren falls off of a screen for Vanderbilt. Tanner kind of open, kicks out to McLaughlin, and State able to reset defensively. 14 on the shot clock. Dribbling left is Miles. He's fouled on the floor on the shot. I think they called that on the floor. We'll have to see. It'll send us to the under 12 timeout.
Man, they called that to get a timeout, Ty.
Yeah. Well, 11-12, or excuse me, I don't know where I got 12 from. 11:25 to go in the second half. State trails Vanderbilt 65-43. Again, just you had to start the second half extremely hot to have a chance in this one, and you haven't done that. You've been outscored by 1 in the first half, 14-13. So it's just not enough. The slow start was not enough for Mississippi State. The slow start hurt Mississippi State in the first half, and you haven't done enough in the second half to find a way to come back. So I think that's just kind of what you're facing here. If you can get hot over the last couple minutes here, 11:25 left to play, maybe you can come back and win this ball game, but find yourself in a really, really tough spot.
Well, you talk about getting hot. That's something that you haven't been. You're down 22, but I want to talk about how cold you've been and how cold it is in Starkville, Mississippi. The weather update, it's 35 degrees. The real feel is 28. It's cold out there, Ty. I mean, walking over here felt like icicles were going to form underneath my nose from that wind chill. And
Yeah.
I'm sure the Mississippi State basketball team is feeling that as well.
Well, I mean, they felt it from the field, I guess, in the first half. But, yeah, it is cold outside. I'm not really prone to this cold of weather. It's going to get – I mean, it's going to be even worse on Monday. It's supposed to be – it's not even going to give above freezing until, I think, Tuesday. So.
Remote operations.
And guess what? And guess what? All this weather, all this cold weather, we still won't get any snow. Still won't get any snow.
I don't know
That's
why
how it
you're
works.
so excited about that. I would care less over snow.
Oh, come
I would
on,
love
man.
to, like, dip into a nice warm lake with snow, and I want it all melted into water and it be hot outside
No,
because I'd
man.
rather it
We
be
got-
90 degrees than 19.
We gotta have some snow at least one time.
What are you going to do, make snow angels?
Listen, we're both South Mississippi boys. We don't see snow.
I've gotten
very much.
enough in my lifetime.
Not me. I guess we agree to disagree in that scenario. So Wes over here is a North Mississippi guy. He's from the dreaded Oxford, Mississippi. Feel bad for him, but no, Oxford's getting it rough today. But Wes has seen enough snow, so let's just
They
get it.
usually get it
Yeah,
worse
they
than
usually-
that.
they-
It's just because it's Oxford, Mississippi.
Yeah. Well, they usually, they get snow a lot, but, just at least once for us. Come on, man. At least once. If it's going to get this cold, it might as well just snow.
I heard one thing that was like, hey, why don't you root for Ole Miss? Ole Miss is in Mississippi, and somebody said, well, the devil's in the Bible, too. That don't mean I got to root for the devil.
Oh, man. Goodness gracious. Well, under 12 timeouts done. 11:25 to go in the second half. Duke Miles is at the free throw line. They call that last foul on the shot, so he's at the line to shoot two. Miles makes the first. Got 14 points in the ball game. Graduated, like I said, out of Montgomery, Alabama. Played at Oklahoma last year. Has been solid in SEC play. Coming off a season low in points, but has found a way to move past that and has scored now 15 in the game as he makes both free throws. 67-43 is the score here in the second half. State trails number 15 Vanderbilt. Delquan Warren still in the ball game, and he's got it near the half-court line. Moving left side, stops at the elbow there on the left side and kicks back out to McGee. Now down to Quincy Ballard in the high post. Going to work on Jalen Washington. Finds his way all the way to the baseline and has his shot blocked. Thought he might have traveled there too, but shot was blocked, so Vanderbilt finds a way to get the ball anyway. Miles down the lane. It was, a wide open layup, and 69-43 now Commodores. Warren, left side floater, good. Good shot for Delquan Warren. He's played a couple of minutes in this one now and finds his first points. Also has a couple of assists as well, 69-45. Vanderbilt. Tanner down the lane. Goes up with the right hand. Can't quite score it. Here comes Mississippi State, a 4-on-5 advantage. Grace all the way down the floor, and a layup is good.
Man, that's where that long body, you get an advantage there.
Yeah, long body. He's listed kind of as a guard forward type. They got a long body, and he used his long legs to stretch it from the elbow to the all the way to the rack to score that layup. Shot no good from Vanderbilt. I think that was Washington who tried it, and a over the back foul called on the floor on the Commodores, number 99, Devin McLaughlin. So it'll be a turnover for Commodores. It'll be Mississippi State basketball. Checking out for MSU. It's Quincy Ballard and Achor now on the floor for Mississippi State. It's Delquan Warren, Jabari McGee, King Grace, Brandon Walker, and Jamarian Davis Fleming. Warren will bring it down the floor. Coming up on the halfway mark here in the second half. 10 minutes to play. State down 22. Warren now to Davis Fleming. Looking to McGee. Right wing. 15 on the shot clock. Guarded by Tanner. Back up top to Warren. Warren moving left side and falls down. Just fell down, and a turnover for Mississippi State. Tanner down the floor. Up with the left hand. A block. And, a foul called. Thought that was clean. King Grace found the way to come back and transition and actually, let's see. Did they call that a foul or did they call it out of bounds?
I'm watching old Wes Webb's laptop over here to figure out that question.
It's a block. It's state basketball. Went off of Tyler Tanner, so state basketball. Great hustle by King Grace in transition to block that basketball. And so Mississippi State's going to have it back. Really good effort from the freshman there. Warren with it. Crossing over Tanner, stopping near the left side elbow, back to Epps, who just checked in the game for Jabari McGee. Epps stuck at the left wing and just turned it over. Just lost the basketball. Down the floor comes Washington going to work into nice entry pass to Nickel inside the lane, and he scores with a slam. The rim still rocking down there and scores 73-47. Brandon Walker with it. Working to the left side block, tried to throw it out. Another turnover for State. On the floor with us, Washington, and a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Mississippi State. State almost had a turnover there. But we'll keep the basketball. 9:03 to play in the second half. Again, State trails big, 73-47. Grace looking to inbound, gets it in to Epps. Epps has it deep right, and we'll work it in a little bit on Tanner here. Kick over to Delquan Warren, going to get a screen, moving left side, 10 on the shot clock. Now down to Walker, and a turnover for Mississippi State. Walker couldn't quite handle the pass, maybe a little bit too hot. Throw down low, and a slam for Jalen Washington. No, that is A.K. Okereke, excuse me, and Vandy on a 6-0 run. Leads now by 28, and the Bulldogs will call a timeout on the floor. 8:43 to go in the second half. 75-47, Vanderbilt on top of Mississippi State. I want to mention what's coming up for MSU to end the month. I guess we can kind of close out the month here. The State will end the month on the road at LSU, take on the Fighting Tigers and the PMAC down there, and then we'll travel to Columbia to face Missouri on the 31st. So the midweek game will be at LSU, and then the weekend game on, I think that's next Saturday, will be at Missouri. LSU at 6 p.m., at Missouri at 2:30 p.m. And then another 11 a.m. game, so we got to wake up at 11 a.m. for the next home game against Arkansas here at the Humphrey Coliseum. So we'll be up and at 'em.
I don't mind waking up early. I just need to get some good product on the court. That's the only issue I got. 47 points with 8 minutes left to go in this ball game. It's kind of been a little lackluster, so to speak. 16 turnovers for Mississippi State. 40% from the field. I'm not upset about that whatsoever. 24% from the three. I would love to see that be a little bit higher. 54 from the free throw line. You know, I'm a little upset about that. I would like that to be higher. But really what I'm upset about is those turnovers. 16 points. Vandy, 28 points off those turnovers. It just so happens to be that that's what they're leading by right now.
Yeah, it's a good point. Leading the score differential is 28, and the 28 points off of turnovers for Vanderbilt. Not saying that State's not going to turn the ball over and Vandy's not going to score off of a turnover, but you could find a way to limit those, and I think you'd be in a lot better of a situation. Some scores around the conference, a couple of early games being played. Ole Miss played a little bit earlier this morning, as State did. Though both of those games were moved up due to the weather moving through the area. They went on the road to Rupp Arena and fell to Kentucky 72-63. Right now going on, you have Texas hosting number 21 Georgia. Bulldogs up 23-19 at the under 8 timeout in the first half. And South Carolina on the road facing Texas A&M, who's been really, really good in conference play so far. Aggies are up 27-19 with 7:14 to go in the first half. Later today, Oklahoma goes to Missouri. Auburn heads to number 16 Florida. LSU heads to Bud Walton Arena to take on number 20 Arkansas. And probably the game of the day would be the 7:30 ball game on ESPN. Tennessee will head to Tuscaloosa to take on the 17th ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama.
You know, we'll be watching that tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good ball game. Excited for that one. Tennessee is fallen unranked, but still a quality ball club under head coach Rick Barnes. State with it, and they turn the basketball over. So here comes Vanderbilt. Okereke with it, and now Tanner will stop and hold ball here. Josh Hubbard guarding him. He's just checked back into the game. On the floor for State, it's Hubbard, Epps, Jones Jr., Walker, and Davis Fleming. Nickel with it, deep left wing, 10 on the shot clock, driving to the rack. Tried to throw it to Washington, trailing behind the play, and threw it out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover for Vanderbilt. Bulldog basketball. Amir Ali going to check in and get his first couple of minutes here. We'll see who he'll replace. He's going to replace Brandon Walker. Amir Ali, like I said, will come in here, first minutes.
We haven't seen much of him in conference play.
Hadn't played too much in conference play. Really, in the later minutes, has been playing. Had that game winner this year here at the Hump against New Orleans. Since then, hadn't played.
Game winner against New Orleans.
Game winner, but since then, hadn't played too much. Hubbard with it. Under 8 minutes to play now. Ali in the corner. And like I said, he can be a threat from three. Had the three-pointer to win against UNO. He's got it still in the right corner. Going to give off down to Epps. 8 on the shot clock, deep right wing. Okereke guarding him. Got a fade into the right side corner. Shot no good, and a rebound for Vanderbilt. Okereke down the floor. Going to slow it down. Gives off to Nickel. Now to Tanner, and Tanner will speed it up and take it all the way to the rack and maybe dunk that, maybe laid it in. Either way, it's 2 points, and Vandy with their largest lead at 30. And now a foul called on the floor on Duke Miles, and that will send us to the under 8 timeout. 7:27 to play in the second half, 77-47. Number 15, Vanderbilt on top of Mississippi State. Figure we'll just keep it here, not go to break. Talk about team we just saw on the board, our women's basketball team, who's coming off a big-time win last Sunday against number 7 Kentucky. Well, they were then ranked number 7 Kentucky. Kentucky now sitting at number 11 in the country, but Bulldogs coming off a big win. They sit at 15-5 now, and they'll be on the road tomorrow at 2 p.m. in Tuscaloosa to take on number 23 Alabama, and then we'll close out the month on the 29th. That's next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, whatever you want to call it, against number 17 Tennessee. So a couple of big ranked games coming up. The state's schedule to start conference play has been nothing short of a gauntlet. So a big matchup against Alabama. I think that, and you know, they could beat Tennessee too, but I think that Alabama matchup is a lot more gettable for this Bulldog squad. And hopefully they can come out and at least win one of those, maybe win both of them. But, you know, the next game will be on the, I believe, February the 1st here at the Hump against Missouri. So the women's basketball team has fared pretty well. You know, broke that losing streak of 4 straight losses with the win over ranked Kentucky. And they, you know, have found themselves, I think, in a good spot here, a much more manageable February. So hopefully they can find a way to win a couple of games in the month of February. Famous Maroon Band playing a little horse here at the Humphrey Coliseum. Any thoughts on the women's basketball team from you, Connor?
Oh yeah, they've been very exciting to watch. I thought they weren't going to struggle as much as they have in conference play. I thought the Mississippi State men's team was going to struggle in conference play. That two game win streak against Texas and Oklahoma, that looked very promising. I was like, well, shoot, if you can do that at the start of your conference play, maybe there's something there. And then as we kept going into like tougher and tougher conference play, we were like, okay, well, yeah, now we're not as surprised as we were before. But the women, it kind of surprised me when they lost 4 straight in conference play. I thought they were going to do a little bit better than that. And then with that win over Kentucky, hey, that was a good win.
That was a very, very good win. A lot of energy was in the building here last Sunday.
And Purcell made that known as well in that post game.
For sure. Coach Sam Purcell full of energy, and had nothing short of full-on energy after that win. So, you know, it's been a gauntlet of a schedule, like I said, for State. Every single matchup but one has been a top 25 ball game in the month of January for the women's squad. So hopefully they can find a way to win at least one of the last 2, or maybe sweep the end of January and go on into February, in a much more manageable February. State with the basketball out of the timeout, down 30. Swinging to the corner to Ali for 3, and it's good. Amir Ali in his first couple of minutes nails a 3. State at the 50-point mark now, 77-50. Duke Miles with it deep on the left wing. Driving left, put a shoulder into Epps, and they'll call a foul. And Miles wants them to look at it. And now Miles is going away with the basketball. I mean, maybe we get a warning of some sort on the sideline for Vanderbilt. The referee, listen, it's 77-50. 27-point game. Vandy seems to be in control, but you got to give the referee the basketball. You can't just walk away with the basketball. And Miles somehow got away with that. No technical foul called or anything.
Well, he might need to sit on the bench, and he is. He's got 4 fouls tonight, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, but that was an obvious. It was another one where he put the shoulder into a defender, and he thought he got hooked there. But I mean, referee calls a foul. You can't just walk away from the referee with the basketball and not give it back to him. He somehow got away with it. The State will have it. They're down 27. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws here. Ali will try another 3 deep from the left wing. The shot's no good. Why not, big fella? State down 27, 6.5 to play in the second half. Kick out to Nickel. He'll try a 3. Shot no good. Rebound down low for Washington. He goes up and scores with the right hand. Washington has had a silent couple of good minutes here. Now 8 points in the ball game, 8 points in the ball game, 8 rebounds through 18 minutes. JDF down towards the left side block, down at Ali down the baseline, kicks out to Jones Jr. for 3, left side of the circle, no good, and Davis Fleming fighting for the rebound and is fouled underneath by Jalen Washington on the floor. So it'll be still Mississippi State basketball, and it'll actually send State to the line here as they're in the single bonus, a 1-and-1 opportunity for Jamarian Davis Fleming. And now a chance in the ball game, you could get some free throw work here if you're JDF. Have struggled this year from the charity stripe, and have struggled this game at 1 of 4, but a chance here to get some work at the free throw line.
At this point in the ball game, you're more than likely not going to win this game. I just want to see improvement from every single stat, like right here at the free throw line.
Nails the first one, so good sign there. See if he can nail both. 6:07 to play in the second half. Bulldogs trail 79-51, and like you said, looking like it's going to be tough to win this one, and State most likely going to drop their 5th straight. Second one is good, so JDF goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line on that trip. 79-52. State picking up with a little bit of a press, but Vandy gets it into the front court, trying to throw it down low to Bing. The ball's knocked away, and State steals it. Hubbard coming down the floor. Still not in double digits. He's had 7. He stops. Mid-range jump shot just right of the elbow, and it's no good. Ball fought for, rebounded by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt 5 of their last 6 from the field. Haven't really wavered from the field. Shot 56% from the field in the first half, and they're at 55% now with 5.5 minutes to play in the second half, so haven't really struggled that much at all. 10 on the shot clock. Tanner working, moving right, will drive all the way to the rim. No, he'll try and take it back out. Gives it to Okereke, working inside the lane. SEC logo fadeaway J. No good. Ball fought for, rebounded by Amir Ali, tight roping the sideline. Here comes Jaden Epps. Back to Ali. Trying to work on Nickel. Has it at the free throw line. Picked up his dribble. Back out to Epps. Epps moving right side at the right wing. And tried to kick into the corner. He does to Ali. He'll try a 3. Shot no good. Rebound for Tanner Vanderbilt. And whistle blown. Maybe a foul called. And it is a foul. A push on Jamarian Davis Fleming as both teams were trying to get back to set up for offense and defense. So a foul called. 4:56 to play in the second half. State trails 79-52. A couple of subs for the Bulldogs on the floor now. It's Josh Hubbard, Jabari McGee, King Grace, Amir Ali, and Jamarian Davis Fleming. Tanner with the ball, just kind of holding it here right on the star, the Mississippi State logo. Now he's moving left, driving all the way to the rack, is fouled, just pops up a shot in the air, and it falls. So he's a fantastic player, has been nothing short of that in this one. Vandy leads by 29. Tanner now with 23 points in the game. He's been incredibly efficient. Connor, 10 of 16 from the field and 3 of 5 from the three-point line.
I mean, that's more than what Hubbard averages in points per game this year, with 23.
Tanner, a sophomore out of Brentwood, Tennessee, so close to home. He makes his free throw to get 24 points. He's played really, really well this year. I mean, a great field goal percentage at 49%, 7th in the SEC. Has been in double digits every game this year, and that trend has not ended here. A really talented player for the Commodores. BU leads MSU by 30. Hubbard will fire a 3 from the right wing. The shot's no good. State, though, with a rebound. McGee has it. Out wide now to King Grace, driving down the left side, goes up with the right hand and found a way to get that one to fall. Thought he was kind of losing the basketball midair, but somehow able to collect it and score it. 82-54 Vanderbilt. Tanner driving, kind of lost Amir Ali there. Kick back out to McLaughlin. He was thinking about a three, won't try it. And Vandy just going to try and run clock here. 4 minutes to play, 10 on the shot clock. Tanner on the E of the Mississippi State logo, crossing over. 3 on the shot clock now. Kick over to Nickel for 3. That one just rattles out. McLaughlin trying to fight for the rebound, and Okereke trying to save it and can't quite do it. It'll be out on Vanderbilt. That'll send us to what will most likely be our final media timeout. 82-54. Vanderbilt leading your Mississippi State Bulldogs with 3:46 to play in the second half.
I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad. 82-54 is a pretty difficult pill to swallow, especially when that happens on your home court. Good thing I like to know, I'm more of an optimistic guy, Ty, like I said earlier. Good thing I like to know. He's letting a lot of people that don't usually get minutes get meaningful minutes. Any minutes you get in a conference game, I would say, are pretty meaningful. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, he's getting Ali in. King Grace is getting in. Brandon Walker's had a couple minutes here. I wish he would get a little bit more, especially with his performance last game against A&M. But people are getting minutes, and I'm not upset about that. I believe just about every Bulldog on the roster or close to it has gotten minutes in this game and gotten points as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about, necessarily meaningful minutes. I mean, it's late in the ball game, down a lot, but they are getting minutes, which is important. You want to get any sort of experience you can. Ali with a 3 in the ball game. Delquan Warren played okay. They had 2 turnovers. King Grace is getting some minutes. Brandon Walker has gotten some. I think King Grace has played well. Hadn't shot it as well, but I don't think he hadn't turned the ball over, so really hadn't done a lot to harm Mississippi State. You had a couple of guys get some minutes here. It's kind of how it is down late in the ball game, and you really don't want to see any of your guys get hurt late, especially you got a full season ahead of you. You're at a difficult point now in the year where, you're going to fall to 10-10 and 2-5 in SEC play. You virtually have to win almost every game. Or at least, you got to win a majority of your ball games to close the season. If you're at what 2-5, so you've got you got 13 games left. You got to win a lot of ball games, and you have to. If you can't win all of them, you got to go to work in the SEC tournament. You might find yourself in a spot where you have to win the SEC tournament to go to the NCAA tournament to try and get an auto bid. So you're at a really tough spot in the year, and maybe it's just not that type of year. And I'm not that year for State. I'm not going to say that because you got a lot of basketball left to play. It's just been a tough after a good start and a great win streak and a good start to SEC play. It's been a tough couple of ball games for MSU. After the timeout, State will have the basketball. Bringing it down the floor, McGee with it. Going to pass back out to King Grace. He's still in the ball game, and Grace picked up his dribble, looking to hand off to somebody. Almost lost it and has it knocked away, and he'll retain, so he gets to dribble again. Grace at the left wing, now over to McGee. McGee, top of the key, working down low to Davis Fleming. Goes up with the right hand. Shot just missed. A little bit too hard off the glass, and a rebound for Vanderbilt. And more than likely, they're just going to run some clock here. Tanner will look to hand off. In the ball game now is Harris for Vanderbilt. Tyler Harris getting the first couple of minutes for him in this one. 3 minutes to play. Vandy up 28. Tanner, I want to work. A floater from the right side, no good, and a rebound for Mississippi State. Ali up the floor, going to kick over to Hubbard. Hubbard into the corner to Grace for 3. Shot no good off the front iron, and a rebound for the Commodores. Tanner up the floor, left side now to McLaughlin. McLaughlin going to hand off to Harris, right side wing, working to the short corner, now into the lane, step back to the SEC logo. Will try a tough fadeaway Jay and gets it to fall. Nice shot there. And Vanderbilt will make a couple of subs here. A couple of guys getting to check in for the final couple of minutes. Jalen Dean Vines, freshman out of Dallas, Texas, will come in, and Jaden Leverett will also come in, freshman out of El Paso, Texas. So those two will come in with the Commodores up 30 here, 2:20 and counting to go in the second half. And in the ball game. Warren in the ball game now for State. He has it on the right wing. Going to give over to McGee. McGee deep left wing, 15 on the shot clock. Looking to give off and then kicks over to the right wing to Ali. Ali dribbling towards the top of the key, guarded by Harris. Kicks out to Grace. Grace at the free throw line. Kick over to McGee in the left side corner. Shot up, no good. Rebound fought for. Davis Fleming has it between his legs, and the ball's now on the floor in a jump ball. And the possession arrow will swing it in the way of the black and gold. Vanderbilt basketball. .155 to play in the ball game. Commodores up 30. State going to fall to 10-10 overall and 2-5 in SEC play, dropping their 5th straight. Difference in this ball game is they never held a lead in the first half. Just was all Vanderbilt from start to finish. Leverett with it, going to give Harris. That's at the top of the key. Now swing over to Chandler Bing. Now to Dean Vines. Back out to Harris. Driving right side. Goes up with a layup and scores. It's good for Harris coming off the bench. Able to get some points there. And Vanderbilt now with their largest lead of the game at 32. 86-54. Give to McGee for State. Now Ali. Deep right wing will try a three. Shot no good, and the ball fought for, rebounded by the Commodores. Harris up the floor. Moving off the right side after a screen. Going to take it all the way to the rack and score again. Nice couple of layups in a row for Harris. He's got 4 points in just 3 minutes played. Score 88-54. 1 minute remaining here. State with the basketball. Warren now to Ali. Ali going to go to work on Harris. Trying a fadeaway. Jay has it blocked. Rebound for Mike James of the Commodores. He's going to bring it all the way down the floor, going up and kicking into the corner to Dean Vines for three. Shot no good. Rebound, though, fought for, grabbed by Bing, but his shot blocked. Warren down the floor, storming across. Kick down low to Grace. In trouble, got a defender on his back is Leverett, and it's going to be a foul. And so it'll send King Grace to the line for free throws here, which should be the last points available for Mississippi State in this one, unless Vandy has some sort of careless turnover. 28.8 seconds to go in the game, and the shot clock is off. State going to fall 88 to something here. Whatever King Grace does, it's 88-55 now as Grace makes the first. And the second good, 88-56. This will be one of Vanderbilt's largest wins against Mississippi State. They've had 2 previous wins of 41 points. This will be their 3rd largest win. I guess their 2nd, as those 2 were tied for their 1st. So 2nd largest win. They're going to defeat Mississippi State 88-56 by 32. It's a big win for Vanderbilt on the road after dropping 3 straight. They needed it. Mississippi State falls in their 5th straight. Final score here from the Humphrey Coliseum. Mississippi State Vanderbilt 88, Mississippi State 56. Bulldogs fall to 10-10 and 2-5 in conference play. Vanderbilt improves to 17-3 and 4-3 in conference play, snapping a 3-game losing streak. I want to also wish Vanderbilt safe travels on the way back, especially through this little winter storm we got going on. So safe travels for the Commodores back to Nashville, and good luck on the rest of the season. Head coach Mark Byington's got a good squad up there in the Music City, so safe travels and good luck to the Commodores on the rest of the year. For Mississippi State, again, they fall to 10-10 and 2-5 in conference play, with 2 games on the road coming up next to close out SEC play at LSU and at Missouri. We're going to send this one to a break and be back in just a moment for the post-game show here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. This one just didn't quite go the way of the maroon and white. Bulldogs fall 88-56 to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb. We're going to send you to a break and be back in just a moment for the post-game show here on the BSSN. You've been listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
was nice, the party was pumping.
Hey, yeah.
And everybody having a ball.
Hey, hey.
Until the fellas started name calling. And the girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout out,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball, cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. Gonna tell myself I man no get angry.
Hey, yeah.
280 cows calling them K9. Hey! But they tell me, hey man, start up the party. You put a woman in front and a man behind. I heard a woman shout out,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball, cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel.
Well, if I am a dog, the party is on. I gotta get my groove on, got my mind, I'm gone. Do you see the rays coming from my eye? Walking through the prison, Digimon is breaking them down. Me and my white talk, short, drill, and gassy color. Any caliber do, I think I knew that's why they call me Pitbull. Cause I'm the man of the land, with it to me, that's a ooh.
Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the
There was something in everything about you. Baby, you can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Baby, come back.
It's been a crazy last year, I'm trying to process still. I don't even know how I should feel. I got a couple big houses and some wish, maybe 3. And I got family members that got bigger egos than me. And I got fans around the world whenever I'm overseas. And I got friends who just pretend and say they love everything. And yes, I fell in love again, I thought that was impossible. And I promise it's too real for me to care what they think. I promise I don't give cause I know who I am. Hating on me undercover, I just won't understand. Say we're brothers, call me family, you act like a fan. 2 a.m. in Atlanta, screaming, baby, I'm back. Play me like a fool, I see. But it's been so long since I thought about you. I swear, okay, baby, I'm back. I guess you weren't the one for me. But it's been so long since I thought about you. I swear, okay, baby, I'm back. I told my baby, let them talk, that's the caption. I don't even really like being online, that texting. Started off as an attraction, now it's turned into attachment. Overseas, we relaxing, I ain't think about the past tense. Now everybody wanna say, all of a sudden y'all believe in me. All of a sudden you want a favor now, all of a sudden you want to be with me. All of a sudden y'all always knew, but I remember you ain't see it in me. And yes, I know I'm blessed, but sometimes I wish I could go back to the way it used to be, just so I could feel what I've been missing. Oh. could have it all, you say, but there's still something. It's not the same about you.
Place to be since I was 19. You can find me, maroon and white tee. Stay grinding, you're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an R state, R place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a cowbell to the beat. Got 3-6 on my cheek, my boy and B gonna rest in peace. We just left the being in cowbell to the wind, and this maroon and white is blending like I'm Two-Face. I'll be dent, my friends up in the tent, and you know they miss a sip, and we coming for your heart. So before we stop, wanna put a stint in. My state of mind is a place for these dime rhymes to mint in, and if you cross the line, that's the place that they're gonna be spent in. I'm looking at the Mississippi women in the district, got me grinning.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. It's our post-game show here on the BSSN. I'm Ty Goldman alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb, who is hopped in the producer chair for this post-game show. Appreciate all his work today. Appreciate him stepping in and learning today a little bit. So appreciate him and look forward to hearing him on some broadcasts come softball and baseball season.
Tough first game to produce.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, that good. Yeah, good. Yeah, he got dealt a bad hand the first game. Tough one to produce. But look forward to hearing him come softball season and baseball season. Glad to have him with the BSSN. But again, as Connor mentioned, a tough first game for West to produce. Mississippi State falls to number 15 Vanderbilt 88-56 here at the Humphrey Coliseum. Bulldogs fall to 10-10 and 2-5 in conference play. Vanderbilt improves to 17-3 and 4-3 in conference play. Once again, want to wish safe travels to the Commodores on their way back to the Music City. Obviously got to travel through some inclement weather, so wish safe travels to them and good luck on the rest of the season. But Bulldogs, just from the get-go and from the start of this game, just really struggled. And I generally go through the stats in this one, but and go team by team. But I think I'm just going to go. We'll just talk about the ball game here.
You might as well, because those stats might disappoint you.
Yeah, and we'll talk about some stats obviously, and we get some on the graphic as well. But just from the get-go, State really struggled. Got outscored in the first half, 51-30, trailed 22-4 early on in that first half. And that first half meant so much to the ball game. And you look at it, State had in the first half alone, and in the ball game had 18 turnovers, but 17 turnovers actually. But in the first half alone, 11 turnovers for Mississippi State, and Vanderbilt scored 18 points off of those 11 turnovers. State in total had 17 turnovers, and Vanderbilt scored 28 points off of those 17 turnovers. So they did a really good job. Vanderbilt did in scoring and taking advantage off of Mississippi State and their errors in the ball game. And the Commodores did a good job of that. And State just, like I said, coming out of the locker room to start the game, just really came out flat. And it was, I guess, surprising. A tough loss on Wednesday at Texas A&M. But you got to just be able to shake those off. And it seemed like State really wasn't able to do that, and they fell in this one. Couldn't get hot from the get-go and struggled early on, and then just didn't have a good enough second half effort and got outscored by 11 in the second half as well.
Now, I love Mississippi State, and I hate talking bad about my Bulldogs, but we got to be critical tonight. You did not lead this ball game one time this entire game in all the minutes of game you had today. To end the game tie, you went one of your last 11 shots from the field. In that last 4 minutes and 20 seconds, you didn't score a single field goal. There were no shots made in the almost last 5 minutes of the ball game. Granted, you brought in some people that don't usually get a lot of playing time. That's fine. But you cannot end a game like that. You didn't start off well. You didn't end well. You just did not play well today. And that's the bottom line today. You just did not play well. You had a lot of guys come in and play for the Bulldogs. 34% from the field, 19% from the three, 65% from the free throw line. Those are just not numbers that I want to see on a Mississippi State stat column.
No, you can't do that, especially you look at the first half. State shot 38% from the field and then shot worse this half at 31%. So you got to come out of that after halftime. You got to come out and at least try and put on some sort of better effort, and State just couldn't do that, at least for a full second half of play. It's just, it's tough to think. I'm just trying to put it into words. It's tough to think about and just because part of us. I mean, we're covering the game as a network and a sports network, and but that part. There's also a part of me that's a student here and that's a fan here, a fan of Mississippi State, have been for quite some time. It's so hard for me to fathom just how you could come out so slow and so lackadaisical. I mean, it was just really it should be probably, and I'm not trying to make it, I don't want any sort of very negative connotation of anything of what I'm saying, but you just played so poorly in this game. I mean, you really did. You played poorly in the basketball game. I mean, there's no way around it. You didn't do a lot great at all. I mean, it just you start out slow. You had so many turnovers. A lot of them were careless. I mean, Vanderbilt had a lot of steals in the game. 10 of the 17 turnovers were steals, but but they were still careless passes and just careless plays. You come out, you didn't shoot the ball well in either half. When you got to the free throw line, and you did often there in the first half, you missed. You went 5 of 10 from the free throw line in the first half. So and then defensively, you let Vanderbilt work you on points off turnovers. It didn't have any answer for them. So I mean, and the effort on both sides was I guess poor, for lack of a better terms. At least from what I saw, I thought you just didn't do. You gotta, at this point in the season with where you are, you gotta flush this week and flush this one, and just move on the next week. But you can't overstate how much it just was. It was a really not so great performance for Mississippi State today. Just coming out so flat in front of it. Obviously, it wasn't a big crowd today with the weather we got, but it was a crowd. It was a pretty full lower bowl. They were ready maybe for a big win here or just a big game, and you let them down. I mean, to go down 22-4 to start the basketball game, 22-4, it's tough to want to even have a chance to climb out of that hole. And obviously, we couldn't. We lost the game by 32.
Well, you said it best earlier. There just was not a bright spot for this Mississippi State game for the Bulldogs at all. I mean, you look at this stat column. You did not win the turnover battle, obviously. You did not win the rebound battle. Your second chance points was worse than Vandy. You had better bench points. I guess that's maybe the highlight of the day, which doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things.
You played so many guys.
You did play so many guys.
Because you were down, so that just was bound to happen.
And this thing I really want to point out that we haven't talked about, Vanderbilt, 50 points in the paint, Ty. Just their points in the paint alone almost exceed that of your points in the entire ball game. I mean, they really did. Now, I won't say they bullied you down low because they really didn't do much down low. It was just those lanes. They kept driving and killing you on those layups because you just kept having those lanes wide open. I mean, a dang 18-wheeler could have drove through those lanes you had wide open tonight.
I mean, you're right. I mean, just couldn't fill those lanes. You had a lot of open driving lanes for Vanderbilt in the ball game, and they took advantage of it. Vandy had 4 guys in double digits tonight. Bulldogs only had one, or I guess this afternoon, since it's 1:06 here. The State only had one double-digit player in this one, which was Jaden Epps, but Vandy had 4. Washington was close with 8. So you let Tyler Tanner get incredibly hot. Played a great game. Had 24 points, 10 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. And he only had 1 free throw in the ball game, and obviously made it, but only had 1 free throw. So he cooked you from the field in this one. I thought that Duke Miles played a really good game as well. Was excellent from the free throw line, 4 of 4. So it was a conglomerate of a lot of players for Vanderbilt that got hot in this one. Tyler Tanner played a fantastic ball game. I don't know. I don't want to be at a lack of words when we're trying to do a post game show, but it honestly just the start to the ball game and just the way we played in the game just kind of has me at a loss for words. I haven't seen under Chris Jans, haven't seen a team get. I don't think we've ever been beat like this under Chris Jans. Maybe I'm failing to remember a ball game, but at least I think it's been a long time since we've been utterly dominated like this.
I mean, there was one Kentucky and I think an Alabama game last season that was kind of but
that's a good point. The Alabama game last season that was in Tuscaloosa. We got dominated in that one. Bama hit a lot of threes. You had the Missouri game here at home last year was rough, but I mean this one just State had no life.
Those games kind of pierced the skin. The game tonight kind of pierced the heart.
Yeah, but you had some life. You had some life in some of those games, like the Missouri game last year. I mean, you were almost. I think it was close at halftime, a single-digit game at halftime. And you had the lead early on in that one. I mean, the Alabama game last year, you played with them for a couple of minutes. This one, you kept it tied for like a minute, and then there went Vanderbilt. State couldn't stop them. It was. After that 2-2 tie to get it to 22-4, so you can do the math on that. But a 20-2 run for Vanderbilt to get it to 22-4. Hopefully that math is right. I'm not a math major, so but I don't think that was that hard of math. I think I did pretty good there. But anyway, like I said, you had some hope in some of those games, but this one you were just. I mean, you were dominated from start to finish. I mean, it really. And it's also, too, a credit to Vanderbilt. I mean, Vanderbilt came in, they were ready to go. They were ready to go. They lost 3 straight games. They're like, we got to do something, right? Got to do something. Big opportunity, right? We get a win on the road. Obviously, this is, in their eyes, I'm sure, a very gettable win, and it was a easy win for Vanderbilt today. They came in and handled business, and State just came out flat and did not handle business. And you mentioned that those other ones, like it pierces the skin, and this one pierces the heart. It really does, because it just stops and makes you think for a second what we've got here, and what we're in for the rest of the season.
I would say when I was looking at those substitutions, Chris Jans was not putting people that I personally would have wanted to see. I wish we would have got more Brandon Walker. I don't know why he was taken out. I mean, he had 1 turnover, but you have 1 turnover on one guy. Just about everybody on this State roster had a turnover tonight. So it's not like that was a few and far between. I wish he would have got more minutes, especially like what we saw, how he performed against A&M. I wish he would have got more minutes. Other than that, I liked how he put King Grace in for 20 minutes. I mean, he did not have a terrible ball game. He performed well, and then Delquan Warren, the minutes he got, he kind of had a pretty good showing. I mean, I just don't know. I think he was like, man, I'm just going to put people in. We're going to see what sticks. We're already down this low. I just want to see what I have on the court.
Yeah, I think that last point that you made is probably maybe the thought process of Chris Jans. I don't know the guy, and I can't exactly say that, but I think you're just trying to find guys that can play. And you hate to be doing that at this point in the season in the 20th ball game, but I think you're just trying to find guys that can give you some sort of spark. I think you kind of found that with King Grace. I mean, you can tell obviously still that he's a freshman on the floor out there. You can tell that, but I think he showed some sparks tonight. I thought Sergei Matsura had a good couple of minutes as well. I wish he would have played a little bit more in the second half. At 8 points and 8 boards in 18 minutes. Only had 1 turnover, but like you mentioned, I mean, pretty much every Bulldog had a turnover in this one. So, a couple guys, Epps I thought shot the ball better tonight and also had 5 rebounds. He turned the ball over a lot. Again, a lot of Bulldogs turned the ball over tonight. But, I think at that point you were just trying to find somebody to play. And we just couldn't really seem like we could get a good 5 out there tonight. It just seemed like everybody was just kind of cold, and it was just kind of the night. One guy, we kind of have to focus on because of who he is. I mean, he's preseason first team All SEC, Josh Hubbard, and played 30 minutes tonight. His first game this season. I mean, I guess technically the second game because the San Francisco game he didn't score in double digits, but he gets subbed out of the game, or he came out of the game with 3 minutes to go, or 3 minutes through because he got injured. So first game with actual bulk minutes this season that he hasn't scored in double digits. Had only 7 points tonight, went 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from the 3-point line. He could just never get hot in the ball game.
I mean, that's been the case for him for the past couple of games, right? I mean, ever since I feel like that Ole Miss game, and maybe even before that, it was kind of on a decline. But there was a point in this season where he was averaging 28 points a game, and I don't know where that went because you look at him today, and it just looks like he's, like you say it best. He just looks a little lackadaisical. Like that's about your favorite word when it comes to them, just like moseying around on the court, and that was just the best way to describe it because it looked like he was just daydreaming out there.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the last 2 games for Josh Hubbard. The last 2 games combined against Texas A&M and Ole Miss. So Ole Miss was the first one, then A&M. 15 points combined in those 2 games. A combined 15 points. I might have written that down right, but I written that down wrong. But I'll just speak from the field. 26% from the field, 25% from the 3-point line, and 50% from the free throw line with 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers. So he just has. He's struggled over these last 2 games. Now make it 3, and you don't want to see that, especially for a player with such great caliber. And we've talked about it before. State it really relies on him. I think they really rely on him at times. I mean, and you should. I mean, if he's coming in averaging like 22 points a ball game, so and was averaging at one point around 28 points a game in SEC play. So. Had a great start to SEC play. So, I mean, I think we rely on him a lot, and for him not to, it just hadn't really showed a lot in these past 3 ball games. It's been big for Mississippi State. It's kind of lost. I mean, it kept them really out of the A&M game in this one, and then couldn't make some shots. They made a nice 3 down the stretch of the Ole Miss game, but missed some free throws and missed a layup at the end of the ball game to lose the Ole Miss game. So just has struggled over the last 3 games. Hopefully he can find himself out of this lull here, and maybe State can garner that momentum and carry it on throughout the whole team. But it hasn't helped that Josh Hubbard has been cold over the last 3 games.
Well, you got to get some guys around him, and I hate to say it, but to me, this is the mindset of big guys coming to Mississippi State. They see how well Josh Hubbard is, and a lot of guys' mindset is if I go somewhere like Mississippi State, I want to be the number 1 guy. I want to be the guy that's the Josh Hubbard. I want to, and that's the sad reality of it because Mississippi State has not distinguished themselves as an Auburn, as an Alabama, as a Tennessee. They have not distinguished themselves because they just haven't had the success that those teams have had over the last couple of years. Now you've made the NCAA tournament 3 years in a row. You haven't really gone that far. But then you get to the conversation of, well, I want to bring these big guys in, but these guys, they want to be Josh Hubbard when they're here. And then you just have this dynamic of, well, we rely on him so much, and he carries our offense so much. When he's not hot, we just can't be in a ball game. We can't make ball games manageable. We make mistakes. I mean, everything just relies on Josh Hubbard. His last name is the best. He is the hub of Mississippi State basketball. Hubbard is the hub. And when that's the case, I just feel like Mississippi State basketball just struggles.
Yeah, I mean it's great when he's hot, and then when he's not, it seems to trend negatively for Mississippi State. But I mean, you want to still. I mean, you don't want to completely rely on him, but I mean, you got to have him score. You got to have him score the basketball, just like you got to have a lot of your guys score the ball. But looking at, I mean, like I said, yeah, you got to have him score, and hopefully he can get out of this lull and help us out. My main thing that I focus on is just, I mean, this year's ads in terms of the off season have not panned out, I guess, as how you've wanted them to. And I'm not going to go into details about it, but, you just haven't had the play that you've had over the last couple of years under Chris Jans. You struggled defensively. Offensively, it's not been your best. I mean, you haven't been exceptionally great offensively under Chris Jans. You've always been trying to find, scorers, but defensively, you've always had that mainstay of you can be good defensively and win ball games that way, and just haven't been able to do that. And then obviously you haven't helped yourself offensively, especially in this one with 17 turnovers and shooting 34% from the field. So, it's and I, like I said, I don't want to say it's one of those years, but it could be trending that way. There's a lot of ball left to play. You've got 13 SEC games left on the schedule, and then you also have the SEC tournament. So, there's a lot of ball left to play. I mean, State could, say screw it and win the SEC tournament and receive an at-large bid.
If that happens, Ty, I might run on the court.
Well, that'd be great, and that would be great. I mean, that'd be a great time to get hot. I mean, it'd be a fantastic time to get hot would be the SEC tournament, and you'd carry that into the NCAA tournament. But State's got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to get that work done because, time is ticking, and
March ain't that far around the corner.
March is not that far. I mean, Selection Sunday is about a month from now,
Just
or maybe,
about.
2 months from now, maybe a little bit less than 2 months. So, time is ticking, and you don't have a lot of time to fool around. You got a ball game next week against LSU on the road. LSU is kind of reeling a little bit too, so they're going to be hungry for a win, and then you got to go to Missouri, and that's a tough place to win as well, and a really, really tough place to win. So you got a lot of some tough games coming up. I mean, it doesn't get easier in SEC play, but you do. You have tough games coming up here for Mississippi State, and it doesn't get easier when you come home too, because you got to face Arkansas, and Arkansas is a solid ball club, really, really good, arguably one of the best in the SEC. So a really, really good squad this year. So it doesn't get easier, but you gotta dig your heels in and find a way to win some ball games.
Well, Ole Miss played with Arkansas. Hopefully that trend can happen for Mississippi State. But the last little closing things I have to say about Mississippi State tonight, or this afternoon rather, you got to play better. That's just the name of the game. I mean, you have to play better. You did not play well today. There's not much to talk about it. If I go over the stats, it might upset me a little bit more than I already am. But I try to stay optimistic. That's what I try to do. So hopefully you can break the trend of the losing streak here and get a win against the Tigers your next game. So you got another Tiger game after that. So hopefully you can be a lion in the jungle and beat the Tigers. But, man, my chicken tenders have been cold. I'm about ready to eat the rest of my chicken tenders and just go home and pout.
Ain't no way I'd eat that. That's a little cold to eat that chicken tender.
Shoot.
Just one chicken tender and some fries. Don't eat the fries.
How cold is it's going to be here in just a minute in Starkville, Mississippi? I might not be able to drive to get me something, so I got to hibernate and fuel up the best I can.
What's the temperature? It's 34, feels like 26 outside. Man, that wind's gonna hit when we get outside. I'm not prepared for it at all. My goodness, it hitting on the way. Man, Wes,
You putting your head down?
I know you're not on the broadcast right now, Wes, but I'm gonna talk to you straight up. I saw you coming in. You get your little hoodie on and everything. I saw you coming in, and the wind was hitting, and he was just tucked into his tried to tuck into his skin. He had his hoodie on. It was the funniest thing ever.
Like a little turtle.
Yeah, poor Wes, man. And also, too, like you said, there's such a tough first game to produce or be here to watch. I feel bad for you. Hopefully you're not bad luck. Then we're gonna have to figure something out. But no, I'm just kidding. Again, I appreciate you, Wes, for joining us today. Like I've said this a couple times over the course of the broadcast, be sure to, obviously he'll be on whatever, but we're going to have him a lot for softball and baseball this season. So excited to have him this season. Glad he's on the team with us here at the BSSN. Glad he stepped in and tried to learn how to produce today. He's poor. He's got to listen to Connor, so I feel bad for him a little bit. But no, I appreciate Wes coming in. So be on the lookout and listen to him when softball and baseball season comes our way. Starting February 14th, I think, is opening day for both baseball and softball. So we'll have a busy weekend that weekend here in Starkville. So be on the lookout to hear Wes call some ball games.
Hey, if that baseball disappoints us,
yeah, don't even get it. Don't even get into that. Don't even get into that. I mean, well, it's exciting times coming up. I'm just gonna go with the preseason hype. Exciting times coming up for Mississippi State baseball. Exciting times coming up for Mississippi State softball. Both of those squads ranked in the preseason top 25. State in the top 5 in every poll in baseball, and the softball team in I think around the top 20 area. So exciting times for both teams playing on the diamond, and you also still got basketball left. I mean, men's basketball is going to have to pick up the pace, but women's basketball is a team that's been playing. I mean, coming off a big time win against Kentucky here at home, and maybe can get their SEC play going back on the right track after dropping a couple of games. So they've got two tough couple of ball games on the road at Alabama tomorrow, and then at Tennessee. This coming up Thursday, so a couple of tough ball games coming up, but that's an exciting thing to think about with Coach Purcell and that squad. A lot of talent on that squad, so excited to watch them. And obviously, we'll have games broadcasted for you here on the BSSN when they come back home. Next home game, I believe, is on the 1st against Missouri here at the Humphrey Coliseum, February 1st. So we'll have that one for you here on the BSSN, but. Yeah, we got, obviously men's basketball to finish out too. So a lot left for us to call here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Anything left for you to say, Connor? I'm going to kind of wrap us up here.
I'm about ready to eat this cold chicken.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, you eat your cold chicken strip. Maybe that'll make your day a little bit better. Cold chicken tender and ranch.
I ain't got any water either. I'm going to have to go get one of them water filters that don't work.
Well, it seems like you're in shambles over there right now.
In the weather, man, today has just not been great. But you know what? My brother and my dad are coming to stay with me. Hopefully we can have a fun weekend.
Hopefully so. Hopefully you can stay warm this weekend. Nothing. You got a bunch of freezing rain coming in.
If that weather knocks out my electricity, I'm going to knock somebody out with it.
Oh, man. Well, again, safe travels to Vanderbilt once more. I know it's going to be tough getting back home in all this weather, and praying and thinking about everybody across the southeast and wherever this winter storm takes us, and especially in our great state of Mississippi. As this winter storm comes on, everybody just stay safe the best you can, stay warm, thinking about everybody, praying for everybody. Hopefully we can all get through this, because this is – it's not usual for us down here in the great Magnolia State. But, I always want to remind you to follow us on our social media accounts on Instagram at Bulldog Student Sports Network, on X at BSSN_MSU. And then here on YouTube, if you're listening to the pre or post-game show here, or coming back and listening to a replay of it, subscribe to us and click that notification bell. Always say it's, like ringing a cowbell if you're a State fan. Hey, it's a bell, and you're going to like doing it. It's going to help you out a lot because you're going to get instant notifications when we go live here on our YouTube channel, the Bulldog Student Sports Network, and also when we post our editions of the Bulldog Breakdown. Should have an episode of that probably next week. We'll see how that goes, and we'll update you on that as well. And if you click that notification bell, you get instant notifications of when we post those editions of the Bulldog Breakdown news show that myself and Connor Davis are doing, along with Tanner Davis and Josh Wilson as our producers. Also looking to maybe get Wes Webb on the show as well, so we'll see how that goes. But
speaking of Wes, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, he got a notification when we went live. So You know, it works.
Yeah,
I just want to tell them it works.
It does work. I get a notification too. I mean, I'm telling you, it works, and you'll be glad that you hit that notification bell so you can instantly tune in to us here on the BSSN, and then also follow us, like I said, on Instagram at Bulldog Student Sports Network and on X at BSSN_MSU. So up next for MSU to close out the month of January, they will travel on the road to take on the Fighting Tigers of LSU this week, and then we'll face or go on the road to play Missouri to close out the month of January. So upcoming is LSU and Missouri on the road for Mississippi State. Next broadcast will be, trying to nail it down, I think the next broadcast will be on the 1st of February. That'll be the women's game here at home against Missouri, so stay on the lookout for that. It will let you know if we have anything else planned for up until then. But again, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and as always tuning in for every ball game, tuning in for this one as well. Appreciate y'all very much. Help us out a lot, and we thank y'all more than you would know. We thank y'all very much. Fun to be able to do this. Didn't have too much fun today with how the game went, but always fun to be able to broadcast games for you here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. But I'm Ty Goldman, alongside Connor Davis and Wes Webb, saying so long as Mississippi State falls to number 15 Vanderbilt 88-56. You've been listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Stay warm, stay safe, and Hail State.
Some crisis left you lifeless like your sparks. They need to decide who y'all move side, cause this state is ours, baby. Star crazy coming to pound, man, we drooling. You looking like a new kid in town, you gon' get bullied. You better draw back, bruh, we on the attack, bruh. We dogs of war, we coming forward, you can see that it's written on the dog tag.
And we ain't listening to what you think we gon' do, cause either way we coming for you. And it don't matter how we do, we gonna stay true.
Cause that's true maroon and that's through and through.
From that L-I-S-S-I. Steak from the stand, from a plate in my hand full of cheese fries. SSI. If I beat me, you know that we believe.